this today? Don't think so. Thank you. It do be like that sometimes. Okay. Go again. Okay, then. Also, YouTube's been up and down. Not sure where it stands, if we even have one up or down at this point. Like, I do have one that was doing alright. Let me see. Let me see it's doing over there. Okay, it's still kind of hanging in there. So, separate one. The new chat up. That one needs a category change as well. Waiting for Diablo to let me in anyway. Might as well fix all the little extra things. Off on the side. There we go. Everyone should be good now. We think. Shouts. Let me in. I have more gear work to be doing. Not well. Try again. We try again. Yes or no? How's it gonna go? Like the game client's even extra fickle today. One with the grade. Zoe is one with the grade. She's got this. She's gonna save us. Let's see what it saved of my gear situation. I was working on getting cooldown reduction on the rings. I got one of them already and the second one. Struggle is real. Well. What do I want? Okay, let's do unsockets on these here before I forget. So here's you. I'll unsocket that. And we need to add sockets to the new one. Haven't masterworked that one yet either. You wanted these. Until they see you do all of the gym farm. And obviously engage in shenanigans to do it. Masterwork here. We want to go with the damage over time affix. That we enchanted. Toughness sure is questionable. A lot of our toughness comes off of active play. Maximum life, no. Dexterity, also no. Damage over time, there you go. Alright, so we were doing temper on this. We also can enchant some things on different pieces. Get up a little bit better for the actual build we want to do. Put the GA, of course. 7.5, 7.5, 7.4. Nope. 6.1, 5.3, 4.6, 7.4, 6%, 0.9, 9. There we go. Now it's time to enchant some of these to make them a little bit more in line with something we want. Right now, I don't need rampage on these. I also don't need willpower, but you know, you take what you can get. There you go. That one, maximum resource I don't need here, I think. You will have counterattack value. Does that one help its cooldown if it gets more of these? I think it does. It might be pretty stubborn to hit them. No. That'll work. And the cold resistance is kind of sad, but the willpower is completely useless. So I guess we're looking for dexterity. At least try and bring it a little bit in line with what we're doing. Not the best of rolls, but it's okay. This one. Power on that is nothing nice. Let's go damage over time again on this roll. Strike, cold shadow, maximum fire, volume is okay. Cooldown. I'm pretty sure this does exist, right? Over time. Volume. Maybe you should have taken that one. All damage. Yeah, I guess we don't get damage over time on amulets. Poisons 24. The bones 28. I don't already have it, do I? No, we don't. Interesting. Okay, poison damage 19. With the high volume, that's a 17. I keep that as placeholder. Skills. Poison 24. I should have taken the poison. Hit that high volume. Next one's 30. Here we go. This one's 30. I like high actually is, but that's okay. We'll do that. This one, it's got poison damage. You can get rid of the lightning resistance. And part of me is like, you know, I'll just keep it. Shadow damage. This one, we got all damage as an option. He's like looking for the damage over time. I guess they don't have it on the jewelry at all. Our vuln is 14. Our poison is 10. 13 vuln here. Okay. So that is functional. We can re-enchant some of these things. This one, the poison damage could be better technically. I guess it's alright. So, we got hold on that, leave it. We got no, that's the word hit on this one now. Take the poison here. There we go. This one next start. We got bone. I'm assuming we have bone application enough that it works. Will do. These got upgraded, so we should be better off now. We did change the aspect, at least something hopefully popping. Put these away. Millimeter Procyon amulets. I don't have enough aspects on me, which is wild because I was never run out of this. Well, that's gotta go. Like that. See where we're at now, or at least a little bit more in the ballpark where we want to be. I want to try all that right now. Let's see. We ate for it. I haven't changed back to toxic skin yet. How functional we are in this situation, but let's see if I can pull these and go back to working on cooldowns. That's fine. Go put it here. Vigor increases thorns. Heal. Duration. Let's go heal. Cooldowns reduce every 3 seconds and it weakens our launch globs. Let's go launch some globs. I'm going to change this out. What I want on that spot, but leave it a go. Better situation. Granted, this is just a tier 60. Functional with the charms. Yeah. Expected that we would be. Artillery. Around here. Right we go. Back this way. Left up here. Got it. Beautiful poison. Beautiful poison everywhere. What are we doing? Delilah! The Devourer, of course. That's Zoe's name for her. Got it. Over on the side. is the channeling. No problems here. Cold. I can take that on this torment. It's okay. We will die from that. Need my pineapple stick over here. Whee! Let's do our shock lances. Yeah, what are we doing otherwise? Jump through here. We got more this way and this way. Regurgitators. Fun fact, not only of course do we have to do with weather out here, I also got another official message from the ISP saying that they're doing work on my area. And it's like, okay, so is this the day we finally get synchronized upload download? They don't tell me details, they just tell me expect issues. And like, oh, that's good, we already always have issues, so what's the difference? But usually when they say that, it means at some point I'll just have no internet at all. And then hopefully when it comes back super powerful and special, but that usually is wishful thinking, because the last time they said that, I didn't really notice anything different when it came back. Can only dream. It happens. It happens. I feel like this season is the season of the so-so. It's never kind of just be like man, I'm like super hyped. I feel like it's fun for me personally. But I'm just not a pinata boss enjoyer. I just feel so especially heavy on that kind of thing. Because it encourages me between that and all the weather and whatnot. Sleep until BlizzCon is how I've been feeling. Elusives. Yeah, right? It's just like, can you at least give me something to look forward to when you tell me I'm just gonna have issues even more than usual? And it's like, no, we don't get any of that. Because I feel like they always kind of like make it so they always come out on the high end. Like, they don't promise anything, so if it goes like terribly wrong, they're just like, well, we were gonna give you anything special. And say what we were gonna do. It's like, oh, so it comes back like exactly the same. It's like, oh, promise. Okay. Fine. It's just like when we have the tech come out here to look at things, the best he can do is like kind of like whispers like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but we're doing XYZ in your area, you know, sometime. The last time we had one out, he's like, expect issues for 6+ months. What? What? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of ISP shenanigans in this situation. It was pretty decent for a little bit, but today is definitely playing those kind of games for me, but I think it's mostly weather today. Actually, so things they are in the bow beige with tea. Yeah, right? That's exactly how they play it. So I always wonder, is like, oh, this is what they tell them to do? Like, they try to make it seem like all the texts are doing something special here, but it doesn't seem like it. Well, hopefully this time it's for real. I'm hoping. I'd love to be able to not have this sort of Damocles, when is my DC coming feeling every time I show up. Alright, so let's try 9. Try the 9. I kind of feel like I'm a real Spiritborn now. I miss being able to just spam evade the whole time, but kind of close as long as I actually am. Pretty promising again. Yeah. Yeah, see? They got the same too over there. No matter what you do, it's always a little sus, isn't it? And then I explain a lot of the time what my issue is. And they look at me like, you can tell they just got like a do not compute kind of vibes. And like, anybody should understand I need high upload because I'm a streamer. It should be the people working on these systems, but that's not how it usually seems to go. Same thing as when I talk to them like on the phone. They're just like, I just say an attack. Like, okay, thanks. So they can look at me and like, wow, that's a nice router. You don't have... Of course I don't. You know what my router is. Of course I don't have yours. Oh. They come over here like, look at the setup. It's like, yeah, of course I don't have your nonsense. But can you help me or not? Looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's good. It's got it. Yeah, I know you said your internet was like super good by the time they were done last time, so hopefully it's my turn next. Because I always see everyone talking about like, oh yeah, they're doing all sorts of upgrades here. We got like real fiber, all this kind of deal. Like it's never my turn. It's never my turn. These are all just like mythical stories that I feel like everyone's just telling me BS. Oh, wow. Alright. Yes! Yeah! Yeah. That's me too. They do that to me too. And I always think, I always wonder, it's like, what if I made my brother do all this? Who doesn't know this stuff as well as I do when it comes to like the upload, like the stream part. But, you know how it is. Gotta hit this one. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, mine definitely cannot do that. Cannot download like this. All I want is to have an upgrade because Spectrum's upload is notoriously like you tell other people with different services how bad it is, and they look at you like, "Are you still living in the 2010s? You okay?" And it was like, "We are not okay. We are not okay." Here. Circle. Very nice. So 9 looks good. Oh, goodness. Yeah. It's just when it comes to the streaming, like technical stuff, he doesn't know that as well. So when it's stuff like that, I have to deal with it. But with like hardware things now, when it's like what's inside that machine, yeah, my bro, we send him for all that. I don't have to worry. But the streaming end is a little bit more niche for him. Let's go 10. Now, I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying it. I was like renewing IDs and things as one does, and I was supposed to get my new one like a month ago, right? And I asked her, like, he checks our mail, right? Not the address. I was like, have you seen it? Have you seen it? He's like, no, if I had seen it, I would have given it to you. I'm like, okay, well, it's been over a month, and even with all the weird delays we have, you know, it should have been here by now. So I go through like the whole process, like trying to call them to see and check up on it. And then every time I call, like 5 different times, different days, always busy. Like, okay, fine, but let me go email them or talk to the chat bot. They only have a chat bot, so that's useless. So we email them, and to just get a response, 3 to 5 business days. I'm like, really? No one check your email like ever just to do something quick for me? No, nothing like that. So it's like, okay, so I go through all that trouble, and then almost a full day later, my brother is like, oh, I found it. It was over here in the stack of all these things, and it was in the magazine or whatever nonsense. And it's like, I just had to shake it out. And maybe go through all that trouble for hours of trying to fix this, because obviously I want all my stuff up to date before we go BlizzCon. Even if I don't really need to, technically your ID is still good for plus after it's expired. But anyway, you know, obviously I need that. I'm just like, bro. What are you doing? So we're like, he's doing a lot of stuff, but every now and then there's something like that. You rail or change the headphone, you have to turn it off and back on again. Yeah. But I did all that, and no. And then on the website for, of course, Florida Highway and all that, they have, because they have a lot of office closures, because, you know, Florida, they expect delays on everything they say on their website. So the 3 to 5, they're like, no, 7 to 10, at least, before they even reply to you. And then the mail, are we supposed to get in like a week, right? It took them 2 weeks before they even accepted that I paid them to print the damn thing. I was like, there's no, like, really? So they're basically saying if it was on time and showed up, which I guess for them on time, it still took over a month before that thing got to me. And it's like, if I had touched grass and like sat there and yelled at them and made them do it, I guess, in person, however many hours it must be to wait, I guess they would have done it that day, the day of. But it's insane to me is that it takes that long to do what amounts to, I mean, not many of us here could have done it if we were in their position. Her story, you'll share it. I see, exactly. The deer, something about that DMV. Something about that DMV. I was explaining to my brother like how long it takes, and I could tell like the gears, like they didn't like connect. Like there's no way. Like yeah way, bro. Yeah way. This is how these things work. It's almost like they rig it to be like hell on earth for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, but for some reason. And so all those times when you have like those fantasy theories, and I think Guild Wars 2 actually has an instance of this, like the equivalent of the DMV, and they send you there and they make you wait, and they do like the time lapse because you're sitting there waiting because they have to capture the hell on earth that is the DMV. It's funny. Yeah, I can imagine that it was especially heinous for you with that. What a mess. I always avoid stuff like that, like the plague, as much as possible. So whenever I have to actually deal with it, it always feels like it goes the most terribly wrong. It's terribly wrong. It's like, why can't anything for me ever work the first time? That's how I go here. I can't even start stream and have my audio work the first time. Every single day, I have to reset quite a few settings, but it's consistent enough that I always have to do it, so I know to do it. And I haven't forgotten in quite some time, but that's a thing, and I don't think that's normal. So you do what you gotta do. Gotta do. I'm like the queen of the third time's the charm vibes. So the ID, I guess, in a way, was kind of also like this, even if it was our own user error. It does feel like it. Right. So it also reminds me at some point I need to renew passport as well. Yeah, I don't look forward to it. I don't look forward to it. Okay, poison. At least the good news is, or I'm pretty sure Fawn had a similar experience when he renewed his recently. So it's not just the States, it's everywhere. Just everywhere. Oh god. Like his bureaucratic problems. This game. Fine. Like there's. Okay. For now, we make Fawn come here. We don't make me go do all that. So I can drag my feet a little bit. Come on now. Bye, bird. He reminds me saying it, but he starts a new job in September. So you also notice, like, things aren't around as much recently, is because I don't know how much time Fawn's gonna have in, like, the next few months while he's like getting situated and he does the new job thing. So there's lots of time and other stuff. He also doesn't get to like hang out as long for BlizzCon that we were planning because of that. But he does get to show up for BlizzCon. And like nobody was gonna let him miss that. Even if that's the new job would have to be like no. No. Yeah, yeah. blast wave. I would tell you guys all the details about it, but that's not for me to say. So I can say like you started a new one. So that's cool. Eliminate that. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt our Saturday Baldur's Gate 3 section. Although, of course, when we start a new D4 season, I'm here on Saturdays, you know, all the wild LAR schedule anyway. So he doesn't have to really worry for a while while we're doing all that, and hopefully it's a really good season where we're just going to play all the hours again. That's what we're expecting. Land food over D4 for a while. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing here? That means that we still got this week, and do we get another one after that? Something like this. But we still got some more Baldur's Gate on Saturdays coming. I appreciate all of those you who have been coming out for that. And Fawn's getting better at the stream thing. There's a lot less of him just trying to audio and more of us actually playing. And we haven't died since that very first day. We're doing okay. It's actually going better than I thought it was going to go. But it's like 300 plus hours of Baldur's Gate 3, I think, at this point. Okay. And then Fawn's played some stupid amount. Yeah. He's getting better. Everything's getting better. The Fame offshoot variety channel that has Fawn's name on it. He's doing alright with it. He does have affiliates, so it's always her team. We got that first badge. It only took him 3 attempts. He had earned it already as a Dead by Daylight player. He was 10,000 hours. He's, you know, been around. And then he earned it again playing Baldur's Gate and Path of Exile 2, like a month ago. And he didn't fill out the thing. Like, all the requirements, and he just didn't fill out the paperwork. Because who wants to do paperwork? I get it, but come on. So we had to do it all again this month. But we did it all again, and this time we were like, Zoe and I were like breathing down his neck. He's like, go do it. Go do it. Do the thing. Do the thing. Okay, so we did 11. See if we can do 12 already on our own. I doubt it. There we go. It's fine. Am I not? Oh, that's right. I DC'd, so I'm not in the Discord. So he was over there, and I didn't even know, and I was like talking about him. I love that. There we go. Now we're back in here. We're speaking of the new year. We like manifested him. Okay. I don't know if I'm reasonably Torment 12 here yet. The health is now moving. So we're making progress. But I don't think I have the speed yet. But yeah, that is Swan's channel. You're able to check us out on Saturdays at 1 p.m. EST for the Baldur's Gate thing up until the new season of E4. Looking around the weekend. Where's Fame? That's where we'll be. We did like 6+ hours on the last stream, so that's pretty decent for the Fawn stream. Getting more like full, true streamer respectable over there. And then after that stream, we went to all have dinner. Then we came back and we played the new set that we made, and the new set is also alive. We got 2 honor runs running in Baldur's Gate 3, and everybody's still living. Yeah. My dad plays with us when we do that, and he often like a dinner break. So we need a dinner break and all that deal. So it's alright. We can leave it AFK for a while, or let Fawn play by himself while everyone's doing dinner breaks, I guess. Saturday, I think we're gonna do like a longer one. Obviously, I don't mind. I live here with you all the time. It's just, even when we were doing that stream when I was playing, my internet just can't do it during the day right now very well. I mean, we've already seen it a few times today. Nothing I can do about the weather or whatever construction they're doing. A combination of. Hopefully eventually it stops. At least right now it's happening late season where it doesn't matter as much. Yeah. And then if one dies in the honor runs in Baldur's Gate, we have to back up already. We have rolling honor runs, but I don't want the first one to. I guess it's the second one technically. I don't want that's actually on stream to die. Just about to get the Baldur's Gate proper. Nothing really popping off. Actually, kind of getting this tournament 12 done. A little bit. Just looking. Constructs. I'm trying to get 2 factions to fight this out. Bot also has his own like single player game, so when I'm like doing other stuff, he'll like play it on the side. He'll let me watch him play it, and he does some weird shenanigans, right? He was trying to get the Knoll, was it the Knolls? And then like something else like really far away to fight each other, and it did not work. So he went through all that trouble and just got wiped. But you know, now you know, knowing is half the battle. In this corner, he played BG3. Don't you get to be a bomb for almost 2 weeks? Squad? Play all the BG3. Actually, maybe we should make him stream every day. I take the end of the season break, because I probably still will do it before BlizzCon. But we do plan on streaming during BlizzCon, or at the very least, because like lots of Discord updates, and then we can post on extra. Usually don't do, and I suppose you know special events. I got that fancy phone. It probably should be on the live stream, but oh man, I have never run one of those. I guess I should do a test run or something, even if I just like sitting in my house. But oh, scary. Ahoy, he's a rat slayer. I think a pirate too, with a name like that. Earlier, I logged in this morning. I was literally the only person on the whole roster that was online. Right now, there are 6 of us, which is still pretty, light, but at least, there's people. It was scary. There was only one other person on my whole friends list who... And I realized, looking at their name, I didn't even know who it was. No offense if that was you. Not there. I didn't recognize their name. It's over here in D4 land. It's actually kind of cool in a way, because I can go off and say nonsense, and then it's just like, most of the crew. The crew. They're voting Sky Knights. Well, I think the Fold 8, if it's not already out, it's almost out. So there's gonna be a new, shinier one than the one I have. But mine's working so well, I don't really chase the newest release all that much. As much as I want it. I don't need it. Explosion. Yeah, now that I have a fold out phone, I don't think I could ever go back to one that isn't. Like my brother's like the opposite. He likes the real minimalist kind of trend. And he's like, that's all I need, that's all I want, is less distraction. I'm like, oh no, bro. If you're gonna lose some screens, give them all to me. I will fold that thing out 3 times and have like 4 things running at a time. It's all good. Now, see, I like to open like 3 or 4 windows at once, and around that window, it will overheat and eventually like shut me down. I know, guess out. But it takes it a little bit. So on that fold, you can easily run 2 things at once, which is very me-coded. Obviously, I need to run multiple things at once, or I can't even log in with just one thing, especially when I have loading times. Don't give me loading times. So that phone is great for me. It's the best feeling. I can never go back. I can never go back. Like, imagine just playing a game and not checking Discord 24/7. That would be crazy. How could you even do this? Or like web browse, watch a thing, have Discord up, and play again. That's my phone now. Great tablet replacement. So I have tablets, but I don't even really use it much anymore. For a phone that could actually go days without a charge. See, that is not my phone. I am like the queen of the big purse. Anyway, I have extra charges. I'm fine. It's okay. We're good. We're good. We'll cycle all that out. Fawn's gonna be like, oh, so you'll carry all my extra charges and whatnot throughout BlizzCon. It's like, oh no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. We're gonna have to clear that first before I become a pack animal. We don't have the big purse to carry other people's stuff. It's my stuff. A TARDIS purse, my bag of holding. Oh, you got the big purse. Yeah, I would have family members that would try and buy me like not big purses, and the amount of side eye I would give them is like, who do you think I am? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I don't care how much you spent on this purse, what brand it is or anything. Like, this is not big enough for me. Like, bless you, but no. No. We cannot do this. Here, which is also very funny because my mom is not at all a big purse person. Never was, never will be. I will have to like negotiate and tell her like, you need this for whatever. And she never really like that. One of my aunties though, she gets it. Like, and I don't even think her daughters like the big purses. Like somehow we got like crossed. Okay, like fine. Next, I'm about to clear 12 on the Spiritborn, and then it's not like I put a lot of work in. I got decent hand-me-downs, but this character really didn't because I took all the poison and gave it to the rogue. So most of my affixes are not good. I don't have any mythics. I don't even have my harmony right now. I'm just running a Shaco. So yeah, we're squishy. We're not quite right, but the damage for most of this is definitely good. He's fully refreshed and good to go. The Fawn says that, but often when he wakes up, I expect him to go to sleep again like half an hour. I've been through this too many times before. We all know. We all know. We'll see. We'll see how refreshed. We keep doing pits to get wave starts so we can get right, and whenever I have like the patience for it, I can just roll things in the cube again. Although I almost ran out of force it. I realized when I was rolling some of that stuff, I maybe should have kept the lower end one so we could force uniques, but I don't think I need anything but a ring anyway, and I didn't have rings in the first place. I might have some in the storage that I could just cannibalize. The claw with the cheerleader. Those are the cutest emotes. I'm like all over Twitch. Operation Big Person to be insane. Okay, we gotta go investigate this. I'm not gonna show it, but I'll look and see. Oh, I don't know what the technical terms for this video. It's like the triangular ones you kind of like fold. I think personally, I would never go that route because I get like all sorts of like paranoid. It's a really cute pink purse, definitely very Zoe. But for me, I don't know. I don't know. Like, how many compartments does that have? Is it enough? It's like, it's big, but I need all this extra. Mom hit you with her purse one day as a joke, and that thing hurts. Oh, if it's a mom purse that has like all the mom things, oh yeah, that's just gonna hurt with purpose. How it goes. Typically, you know, doesn't have all that, but when you start adding all the mom things, it literally hits different. It literally hits different. But I guess I had it going for me. I was never that kind of person, so I was never in danger of being hit by the purse. Okay, so the Asian mom judgment is its own kind of thing. I can assure you. It's okay. It evens out. It evens out. It evened out. It's all weapon choice. The mom first. Oh. I buy purses like decently often, but I still, as far as like bags, even back then, I don't keep up with my brother. As far as bags go, he's the king of those. So if I want like nice bags of any sort, especially because you know I'm going to BlizzCon, he like asks me almost every day, like, "Hey, you need any more bags?" We just want the excuse to buy more. It's just like, sure, but I don't even know go use it, bro. I don't need all that. I got that really nice Switch 2 bag that he bought just on a whim because he saw it, of course. He was like, "That's really good. We're gonna get you that." I'm like, okay, I travel maybe once a year to a Blizzard event, and I don't know if I need a Switch 2, but I guess now, because it sounds like we're gonna get Diablo 4 on that Switch 2 finally. Maybe I do need that back. Grab fought. You're like, oh again. It looks like we're doing Torment 12s. I can actually do them by myself. It basically took 3 hours. Granted, Steed helped a lot. Helping us level up those clears. It was, to be honest, I was a carry. I could have done the lower ones on my own. Okay, but nothing like it in the 12 as a baby. And, you know, overall, this was almost as fast as the Collage Paladin we did last season. That thing popped off. I think we were in Torment 12 on our own, doing whatever we wanted. I'd be like 2.5 hours. Easily. You answered the compartment question. Showing me all that. Yeah, see, my purses, I have the big ones that are gonna have like multiple zippers and like all sorts of like magical compartment type things. And I also like ones that are like convertible and like inside, outside has like different stuff going on. It was like overly complicated type purses. But Zoe's is very cute. I don't usually buy so many that I can just like this matches this outfit, this kind of deal, like super accessories. But I just like the really nice giant leather ones. We're over here. Please be optimized well? Are you saying I need to be optimized well? Walked in and it was on sale for like $13 because it was missing these white tiny strap. So what's regular price? Not that really judging, it just, you know, purse things. Purse for $13. Yeah, sale is a sale. Here, please. There we go. That paneling. Good. I'm seeing I would rather have one ridiculously expensive purse over a whole bunch of different ones that match like lots of different things. And I wear those things out probably way too much. Way too much. But since I don't touch grass, I mean it lasts forever. It lasts forever. Well, usually when I travel, I don't want to pick the nicest ones. I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything. No, I'm not watching Gamescom. I don't ever keep track. My sense of time and dates and all this kind of deal, no. And then generally, I have a tendency to talk too much shit with any of that stuff is going on. So me watching it's probably not the best thing to be doing. I just, you know, I can't. But if there's anything like awesome being announced or you want to share, I'm cool with that. For this, you know, you're not gonna like hit me with some spoilers. That's fine. But yeah, generally when stuff like that happens, I do not do like the watch along. That's not my thing. You have a Potter first, so you only get her out for special. Yeah. Really nice one. I feel like as much as I like those, you take those kind of purses just like anywhere, it's kind of asking for trouble. I don't trust people. I don't trust people, so yeah, I get that. I get that. Maybe Divinity game trailer. Yeah, I'm hoping good things from the new Divinity game because wanting to they show their age, so it's hard to get fun to play them. Like I can probably tolerate it here and there, but I don't honestly think about it. Go ahead and hit this like so. Hello, Raphael. You like want to try another game in Diablo? Is that the other games? Lots of other games and whatnot. I have played lots of other games. I guess I don't stream everything. Revenge. Divinity 2 is huge though. So if Divinity 3 is like on the Baldur's Gate 3 level, which you would think it is, so they just came off of making BG3. They should have learned a lot from it. They give it that kind of size because they can do whatever they want. The video 3 would be popping off. Right. No. How much you pay for this? And you said nope. Yeah, so Prada purses and whatnot, like a full price, and even like a medium size, you're paying 1,000. 1,000. Nah, it's probably gonna be similar. I haven't looked in a long time, but thousands. But ultra, and to get the size of person I like, I'd be paying more than I paid for my graphics card. Damn person I touch grass, like I can count on one hand how much I think I touch grass in a year these days. So those persons have, I have no business having these things. I look but don't touch. Right. 2K, 4K is like the entry basic tiny. Yeah. So you're like a used one. Yeah, you could get it. These kind of things. Okay. Go. Swear. And that one I don't want. And then even like family members who could definitely have those kind of purses, they're also too like it seems like a bit much for just like everyday things and asking for trouble. But they'll like have it kept in like the trunk of their cars in case they go to like a nice hotel or something, like traveling, just in case. Just in case. It's like, so you have all this and it's in the trunk, and they'll be like, yeah, you just never know, like something you meet like a coworker or something to expect something of you, and you're like, okay, gotta switch. You can't be acting like low class or something. I'm just like, that's all too much to me. That's all too much. But I have had family members sit down and say that that's their game plan. You have to have a game plan for these things. I was like, oh no. Not that extra. No, thank you. Not at the moment. I don't know. There's like certain family members with like certain extinction or certain coworkers, you gotta be ready. I'm like, oh. It's like, nah, they already know I'm black sheep, I slay demons, they don't expect these things. People themselves already, yeah, right. And then for a while I had a purse that people who didn't know anything about purses, they would think it was something like really high end. And I would take that like traveling, like cross country, like road trip type stuff. And I realized pretty quickly I should not even use that purse that isn't really anything, because people who don't know think it is. And then you go to like some weird shady places, it's not good. It's not good. Being like the gray man kind of vibes, like people talk about that for safety, is real. It's real because no one wants to be walking around at like a truck stop with something like that. That's bad. That's a bad idea. I never think about it. Never think about it until I'd be like shopping and like someone like a little creepy would ask if it was that. It obviously wasn't, but it was like, wait, people keep doing this and they look at it kind of weird, and I'm like, yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. That's not good. Weird. As much as I like them, but most of the time I just really sit there and like. Yeah, exactly. You just get a vibe, like, oh no, this is bad idea. It's a bad idea. Poison. So no matter how much I like some of those designs, I'm not dumb enough to be used to it all the time. Who are we gonna impress? I'm a gamer, honey. I don't need all that. Like these. And I might have a extended family who I wouldn't even recognize on the street who would care, but like all my like immediate family, the family I hang out with, and very reasonable people, so I've never been in a situation where I feel like I gotta like keep up with the Joneses, fortunately. Hello, how you doing, Ro? Ether is one of your favorite characters, like top 3 for sure. It's actually kind of surprising in Attack on Titan, like the longer you go, how many people actually do start respecting him. He doesn't start off as much, but I think it is a pretty natural arc for people to come around to him. I am not the biggest fan, but I definitely disliked him much less by the end. You've never been into those mail person? You're talking like messenger bags? Because I know a guy who can get you a good messenger bag. Oh. Like quality. I don't not like him. I do not like him. It's just a lot of tired. I kind of more like to blending with the people, and it's not that easy to do when you're just like tiny Asian chick. But at least like this stuff with me, keep it with everything. We can keep it with everything. I've actually ended up with that issue of like clothing I want to wear when I really go into Blizzard events, because everything's like, oh yeah, I'll wear this and this, and then I look around like they're all way back over there, and I appreciate that. So I always have to bring like extra clothes, and it's like, okay, this is too much, and like roll it back. Roll it back. You don't need to be all that. It's not like necessarily expensive, but I like I guess they call it cool girl, like businessy looking type things, and then I also like military style like pets and things that are just like they're pretty extra these days. I don't even know why I keep buying it. I don't use it, you know. I'm sitting here in a hoodie every day. So then I try to invest myself, go anywhere, it's like, oh no, oh no. And then I'm like, wait, this is like too long for me. I should have worn that, but then that's too extra, and like, I just can't win. I just can't win. I need a stylist for the one time I touch grass a year. Like, I don't know what else to do. And then of course Fawn's just gonna be like, wear like tennis shoes. He's like my dad, right? They're always just like, wear tennis shoes, comfy stuff. They don't care. They got like no care in the world for all that. And then I'll be like my mom. It's like, we can't get caught dead without heels. We can't be doing any of this. Like, who do you think we are? And dad and Fawn are always too like, no, you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. What are you doing? That's dumb. Like, why you even buy this? Because we don't. It's like, we feel better if we look at a certain level. Yeah, a certain level. I've gone up to hang out with this stuff. They'll even like give you like Diablo swag t-shirts and whatnot. I'm just like okay, I'll just wear that. Which is usually how it goes, right? The first time I went to do the Xbox Studio thing, I had like much more extra stuff, but then they gave me the Vessel Hatred t-shirt. I'm like, you know what? I should be among the people when we should wear this. This is what I had. And I don't think I have ever showed up on stream with anything like what I was going to wear. It's like, what was I even thinking? Extra. Male purses? Is it foolish? A purse is a purse. Anyone can use any purse. Yeah, use whatever the hell you like. Use what, and work with whatever you like. It's just... I like to match the vibe. We gotta match the vibe. Style it? You're very convenient, but not your thing. No, Fawn is, for stuff like this, he's gonna be team. I'll let Fame hold it. Because what else is she bringing the big purse for? She's not really one to have all the stuff ready to go. I mean, that's basically the point, because, as they say, we'll never talk about this, chicks who like big purses, they say they have control issues. And as somebody who has control issues, I'd have to agree. You know, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. It's like, I don't like being ill-prepared. So, big purse be like that. You're keeping your Game Boy in your bag in case you get bored of changing game cards. You saw for a while who was always like, you feel guilty for it taking too long to get ready, or it was always the worst feeling, to be honest. See, I have never actually been in many situations where anyone was accusing me of taking too long to get ready, but here's why. Most of the time I would be spending time with other family members, my mother and like extended family member on that side of the family. And no matter how long I take, it was never going to be more long than they will take, because they have like I think it's like something in the back of their minds, like they're always gonna do that. They take X amount of time, whatever the time it is that you say, plus like an hour. And I'm like quite the opposite. I always gotta be like 15 minutes early at latest. So it ends up like generally people don't think I take too long. For time I'm going to take, I just, it's gotta be like way early, so I'm like, you wanna serve sex? Yeah. Let's go. So he was like super early, expecting you to be super early with unreasonable expectations about how early, I guess. Here. To be fair, being like the kind of edgelord that I was not really like the heavy makeup swords. Generally, so that's fine. That's fine with this. And as a lot of you can imagine, because we do talk about her a lot here. Sorry, Mom. She was by no means a makeup kind of gal, so I didn't pick up any of that from her. I didn't pick up that. I did. It's all on me, and then continuously being pressed and not worry too much. So, get most of that. You broke out of a lot of different molds, but not that far from that one. So like, I'd rather, spend more time slaying demons than be that gal. And Zoe over here, she is that gal. I know she does all those things. For me, it's like I've never done fake eyelashes in my life. Wouldn't even know where to start. And so we do the mascara thing. We once upon a time did like eyeliner, I guess punk off gal and that. I did a lot of that. And lipstick, foundation, as far as I go. There's like maybe a smidgen of we do like all these pre-prep things before the other makeup went on, but yeah, generally, especially not these. Hello, Mama Regalis, voice of God Regalis, and Brother Regalis. I like to speak you out, you wanna, but yeah, nah, usually, hang on, someone else did it, yeah, I'm whatever. Let's see how we do. I never, and of course I say it a lot, like, people can tell, it's like, I don't do the nail painting and all that kind of deal. Personally, though, this is my story on why I've never done the nail thing ever in my life. I'm half Vietnamese, right? So we all know the stereotype: Vietnamese people, nail salon. So just on principle, I don't want to go there because I feel like I'll be the stereotype. Even if you need like the prettiest, nice art of all things, all of that. It's just something about it. It irks me to play into it. And then all the better, Fawn is actually freaked out by fake nails. Like actual phobic. He will not. I've outed him here, but I know he's told us on stream before that he cannot deal with that. So it's just as well I've never done that in my life. So it's like no adjustment here. It's like I wouldn't even know. See here. Deal with what? Fake nails. I've never done that in my life. Only time I think I've ever had painted nails was nail polish came with a My Little Pony. once upon a time. And like, I entertained that maybe one time, like a few fingers. And maybe me as a little kid, I'm like, this sucks. You know what I instantly went on to do afterwards? That horse got painted in all sorts of wild ways. And then maybe some walls, maybe some other toys, but not my painters. I had no interest in wearing that myself, but painting everything else around, that I was more interested in. Natural nails are so much better. Yeah, like the one I just broke earlier today. Go figure. Yeah, so this forces me to fix that shit, let's be honest. I'm also team let's hold off on anything I need to do before like BlizzCon to get right, like to the last possible second, so it's all like more fresh. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, mine grow out ridiculously. It's like I don't even want to show them on camera because I know that some people are like, oh my god, don't do that. Yeah, so that's why the other one broke. And like people who are into having their natural nails and wish theirs could do that are always like mad jealous. And I don't even... Remember as a kid, I always had friends like, I wish mine would just grow out like that. I just wish mine would grow out like that. It's like, you can say that every time my nails get long, honey, but there's nothing I can do to help you. I got nothing. Keep dying. Toss this one so I can see what that is. Let's go back to down. Fair enough. Yeah. I was also the person who did inspection in high school, and one of the top things with inspection was can't have painted nails. So I would be the person that gets to go across like the whole band line, and any gal that had those nails on or had the nails painted, I was the one who got to sit there and like take them off. Get the remover. I'm gonna sit here and watch you do it, or peel them. Because it's not up to uniform. So all the more reason I was never the chick that cared about that. Because I was that bitch that would be like, your timing's off. You want to march, you want to make the grade, you get rid of that. You're trying to time right now. Spiritborn, can I get in cruise control? Like, I'm not even thinking about it much. Granted, my damage isn't Fawn's damage. But I'm doing okay. I at least know, like, all the shapes and that kind of things for nails only off of some of those life simulator games. Oops. Where you make avatars, like those gal characters I have now, they'll have all sorts of fancy nails, it was like talons and the different cuts and whatnot. That's the only reason I have any idea what Zoe's talking about when she's in a coffin. Like the shape of it looks like a coffin. But the only way. That and every now and then they'll talk about it in chat. It's the closest I've ever really gotten to nails at all. Never even let all my family members, the Vietnamese ones that are like into all that, do all my nails. Like they would even do my mother's, who is not really that type much at all. And every time I'd be like, nah. But it was mainly because I don't think I could sit still for that long and have them talk to me. It's just like, I don't want to do. I don't like the queen of my corner and just like I would grind a game, do something else. It's also probably another reason why I don't do a lot of that, like sitting and being trapped by typical nail salon types in conversation would not be for me. Despite how much I yap, you know, it would not be something I would enjoy much. You feel that way? Yeah, see, exactly, like hairdressers and whatnot. That's another thing I have never done in my life. I have never had a professional ever do my hair. You can tell, right? It's like, whatever it is, vibes. I don't know anything about any of that. Zero. Zero. Which it probably is quite lucky that my hair is the way that it is, because So I never have any inkling to be like doing anything super extra. Like it was super straight. Like my Asian family that wanted it curly, I'd be a lot of work, a lot of effort, and no, I'm good. For me, like if I want to straighten it, I can handle that enough myself. Not that I do it often, but I can. Yeah, I don't need any help there. Nah, I would like some wild colors. That'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. That's a lot of maintenance for me who does not want to touch grass ever. So. Alright, here. Yeah, my hair is just like that. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Grandma. Thanks, Great-Grandma. All that German side, like all the curly hair. Here we go. But growing up, I had family members, including some aunties, who would tell me I have noodle hair. And as a kid, that didn't feel so great. But now when they say it, it's like, you wish you had some noodle hair, honey. I know now. I know. As a kid, it didn't seem like it. But now I know. So you just call it that because, hey, you're Asian and I know you love some noodles too. And they also would give me the, oh my god, you have white people hair, when they realized my hair was not as dark as theirs. Which also would always sound like an insult when you go to like an Asian function, but I don't think they ever meant it that way either. Oftentimes as a kid, I think badly of that too, like, oh no, what do they mean? What do they mean? It's like, no, it's fine. Ooh. Yeah, highlights in trim. See, that's all more like my mom will see me and she will tell me, oh my god, you gotta trim your hair, which I do. I don't need to, like, don't worry about it before this on. It's like, it'll be even. And I was like, I don't even notice these things. I was like, I don't care about all of you, and you guys don't. Even if you do care, so what? I play D-mates. I'm a completely embrace that I'm just like the laziest when it comes to girly stuff, even until it's time to actually care. So, you know, maybe once or twice a year, and otherwise, like, whatever. I don't care. I roll in here, I just want to grind. All the time. Living my best life. Just not caring. But anytime I see my mother, she'll be like, trim your hair! Trim your hair! And don't worry, Mom. Before BlizzCon, I will do all that. I will do all that. You don't have to judge me across the country. Okay? Okay. And I can say that because I know even if she's not watching now, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. She'll watch the vlog. She'll see the vlog. I know the smile and the nod will be accompanying as she hears me say this. Then on this front we go. I almost guaranteed anytime I see her now is the first thing she goes for. Like, what are you doing with your hair? Fixed it. Nope. A lot of like even like Spanish speaking teachers who were teaching Spanish always thought I was also Hispanic. And then if I go down to Miami, a lot of the time people will just try to speak Spanish to me, assuming they look at me like, you know, that's I speak. It's like, no. It was actually even worse when my contacts were blue. They would just look at me like, oh, I thought you were a blue-eyed Cuban. Like, it's a really, I guess it's a common thing. I don't know, but it would happen like a lot, like clockwork, when I'm down there. All the time, it's like, oh no, it's so confusing, so confusing. Hit this, which also is kind of interesting. It's like all the same state, but in Tampa, I don't encounter it like ever. So I'm doing stuff, but in Miami, like anywhere I go, always they would try to speak Spanish first. Nothing I can do. I'm like, Spanish is not great. I can't. At this point, I can't really speak in Spanish at all. Sometimes I can follow what they're saying enough to be like, oh, like answer enough, but that just encourages me to keep going, and eventually they're gonna call me out on I don't know anything really. Just fake it a little bit. Always struggled in language classes the most. I took Latin, everyone would thought like, okay, it's pre-law, naturally, that's what they do. It was mostly because Latin in the University of Florida, they don't make you speak it, like at all. So I knew I could get away with just written word. because I would mangle it. As I know many people hear me say words that are even in English. We will mangle that. We can't be trusted in other languages. It's bad enough with just the one. Let's go ahead. Consumption. 65. Alright, I do need to roll these. Here, take the set chart, that's fine. That. Throw some in, try to get greens. A lot of people also think I'm Filipino, where my mom would go places and all of the time Filipinos would also think she's Filipino. Viets. Viets. Get rid of this. Repair here. And then Vietnamese, I have never really entertained learning it. But I've spent so much time with that side of family and traveling around in different Vietnamese communities across country that I can kind of follow inflection enough to somehow like coexist and have some sort of vibe or what's being said, even if I could not be expected to read any of it or like, say anything back in it. Somehow I do a little bit. And then my dad is trying to learn some, and I would imagine I could still be that. And I think that's what I'm gonna try live. It's like if I see Vietnamese words, I can fake the accent and be reading of it, even though I have no idea what I would be saying. Just like spent so much time around it. Here. All good. Even lucky if I could be sure about like food orders, but there's some of those I could do. At least I can do this. So be careful. I have cousins that both of their parents are technically Vietnamese, and even they don't speak Viet. But then they have a sibling who speaks pretty like solid Viet. So you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. What? Bro, it's not a FaceTime. If we get into issues, we'll get the Scottish accent out. That's another thing. I know if it's to our Scottish friends around here, I know we have some. I've never been like super into that accent. I know some gals go crazy for it, some American gals, and I'm just like, I don't know. Not my fave. Yeah, we will all fight him for Zoe. Square up, let's go. There was a short that Steve posted from YouTube Shorts where there was a chick wearing a skirt. Underneath, she had shorts. It's like, why? It's like, hey, you never know when you gotta go. It's like, you flip the skirt up and like, I got shorts. Hey, come at me. Come at me. Let's go. We gotta be like that. We gotta be like that. You're ready to go and fight at any time. That's our people. That's our people. Best meal that your mom or dad makes. So dad has only started cooking like at all in like the last 5 years, right? But in the typical dad fashion, if you want a cheeseburger, if you want a burger, dad is your go-to. Because nobody I know likes cheeseburgers more than dad. So obviously, dad can make the best burgers. That's not exactly like any fine cuisine or whatnot. You know, it just is what it is. Like the last time we were over there, he was like, let's just make hot dogs and cheeseburgers. We don't need to order any food. I'll make them for you. Like, you sure? I was like, yeah, just buy the stuff and I'll do it. And then when he made me that burger, I was so impressed. I was so impressed. Like, wait, where has he been all my life? Why weren't you making burgers? Like, bless mom, she did fine, but this is totally different tier. Dad makes burgers. So there's that. Now, mom food. She was always like very pragmatic and practical, but a homemade Vietnamese egg roll is divine. If you never actually had like a proper Vietnamese egg roll, you cannot pretend that it's like the Chinese ones, the fast food ones, and the instant ones. No, you gotta go to find the right Vietnamese restaurant, and you don't have any friends that can do it homemade, and get you some actual Vietnamese egg rolls. And of course, I can't eat them anymore unless I make them myself and use like rice paper, which is, you know, you can get close. I can get close, but there's a big difference between a real egg roll and whatever they try to pass as an egg roll out there almost anywhere else. Yes. And so definitely egg roll. And then homemade pho is also next here. You could probably find restaurants that do a pretty good version of that, but to be honest, the best pho is also made in pots where it's kind of, you know, it's been around a little bit. Believe it or not, you know, it is what it is. And you don't really get that from a restaurant, I would imagine. Alright, what do we have here? Actually, what time you're on these clips? Yeah, like all the food out there now, there's like one food I would eat knowing it would make me ill because of the gluten thing. It would definitely be homemade egg rolls. But at this point, even I will steer clear of it. But, you know, there's one thing. One thing. So that would be it. That would be the thing. Not always running around with the flower bouquet. It's a weird looking bouquet too. Like it has like the flower part, which is cute, but then like whatever this is going on, it kind of ruins the vibe, I think. Anyway, explosives everywhere. Don't stand. And another. Now what's going on? Abominations. Now simply stop it. Don't get caught by any of that nonsense. Free tortilla chips make cover the other day. You thought of me. Yeah. So tortilla stuff is made of corn, right? So that works out really well for me. So things like enchiladas and all that, I love those. I can actually eat them in like the most authentic of ways. I don't have to like substitutes and nonsense that don't taste good. No, tortillas and whatnot. That's fine for me. I can eat that. Over here. Some like the burrito shells, depending. Like I can't. Sometimes you get like taco trucks and whatnot that you take good video eating. I can't. I've actually run into that not too long ago at an event, so it always like feels bad, man. And that is an instance where I definitely regretted that my Spanish wasn't good enough to express what I needed to know. So I kind of not at times. a lot of those kind of places they do continue type stuff. Always stay okay. Okay, northeast. Work. I eat a lot of enchiladas. For the record, I do. One of my favorites. Here, channeling. At this point, I think most of my diets is salmon and enchiladas. Like any given day, there's a good chance one of my meals is one of those 2/3. Pretty good chance. Careful. Eat a lot more steak, but they got like ridiculously overpriced for what it was, so not as much anymore. Fawn's lightning got that handled. Archers, nope. What's that looking? Shadow enchanted. That'll work out. Pretty nice and laid back. I do think there are some skill tree things, and I could adjust. I'm doing okay. I do miss being able to evade all the time. It's a little bad, but we do alright. Nope. No, thank you. See what else there is going. Hey, boss is on me. About that explosion. That'll do. On the bigger explosion in town, obviously. 77. Take the Neath Iron and Harmony. I don't think I need any of the other stuff. Fawn has not picked up a Paragon level in weeks, but it's fine. Who needs those anyway? On Wukong. Classic name. I'm actually sometimes surprised I don't see it more for Spiritborn. Definitely Taco-Raid at the end of the trip. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe end up Taco-Raid at the beginning. We'll see. What are you hanging? Fawn has never had... Is that right? You've never had a proper taco. Proper day for Spiritborn, Sun Wukong, yeah. Yeah, Fawn has never had a taco. So, we'll take him to LA and eat a taco. And he'll have to report back on what he thought. The actual Tex-Mex taco. I think pretty much every Blizzard event I've ever gone to, at some point, the tacos are taco adjacent involved. So I would be surprised if this is not also a thing. Beer versus taco. Beer. Just like I'm sitting here like trying to imagine life without tacos, and that's just wild. So he's never had the enchilada thing either, which is multiple times from a week for me. How's he even living? How's he even living? Corn dogs like the most appealing out of the cuisine. Oh no, no, not a corn doggy. I hope. That's like when you eat at maybe like a fair, and then normal corn dogs are not safe for you to eat. For the record, so don't just go buy some random corn dogs. Bad idea. Despite them saying corn dogs a lot of the time, the breading on that is extra. How about that? Knife and fork. I like to eat pizza that way quite often. I can't judge. What are we doing here? Granted, these days I eat pizza. If it's supposed to be safe for me, it sort of knocks me out. But oftentimes pizza also includes Mountain Dew, and that definitely can't do that. I don't drink caffeine regularly like that anymore, so when I do it, it's not the greatest experience. You just stop altogether and I'll be more awake. It's the funniest thing is like when I play this game the most, like the hardest amount of hours, most people would think like, oh, like highly caffeinated. No, the less caffeine I drink, the easier it is for me to lock in and stay awake. Because caffeine knocks me out. Go figure. Okay, now this rice. All those years of drinking so much Mountain Dew and coffee and all that sort of deal, I realized I was basically just self-medicating my nerves to just mellow out. Not as efficient as everyone would sit there and think it should make me. No. And then I would go on trips and we would drink Starbucks coffee and all of that got gluten in it. So that was meant to be up to. There's no, like, those things, no reason for me to drink it. It was all bad. It was all bad all around. Let's go ahead with this. Glipstone. Consumption. 85. So that's a good question. When you drink caffeine fawn, because he does have a lot of the kind of like ADHD kind of vibes that I have, does it make you hyper, help you focus, stay awake, or does it knock you out? I feel like I've asked him this. He doesn't drink a lot of that stuff that often either. So it makes me, it can make me anxious too. But after that anxiety, it will almost guarantee make me sleep. And it's not like a crash where at some point it had any like good value, just like sleepy. Yep. I think half my drinkers. Oh, it tastes amazing. I know. That would be the kind of coffee I would order when I order a lot of coffee. But a lot of being sick on trips, I would blame all sorts of things, but it was the coffee that was always the staple, even if I knew I wasn't supposed to be eating gluten at the time. That's what was ruined. The last thing that was still around that was ruined. So there was a time we were in Washington, D.C., and we had something to do in Arlington Cemetery, right? And I had just had like that coffee one hour, and I could not walk around and do all that. So I just stayed in the front with my grandmother and just kind of like barred because I just couldn't do it. Nothing. I'll try to be the coffee capital of the world because of the Starbucks thing, I guess. But to be fair, in Seattle, there are way better coffee places than Starbucks. Just because, like, the big famous franchise chain came from that. I've heard many a person from over there, they're like, oh, no. It's not just Starbucks. That may be the one that came out and got, like, super commercial, but they got other coffee places that aren't just like that. Or not just Starbucks. But yeah, when I was over there, my brother doesn't drink coffee at all. He doesn't even less than I do. So when we were over there, we didn't really check all that out. I remember we've had a discussion in the chat right here quite a few times about it. Everything was like anywhere, but especially proud about it. I went to school with all my fellow writer types, and now those were some pretentious coffee drinkers. They would do all the readings, and mom and pop type coffee places, they would sit there and judge you if you brought in Starbucks, coffee for class, you know, all that. All that. But I would never join them in this pursuit. It is like, nah, not for me. Not for me. And that would be from the professors all the way down. And like even undergrads who weren't even like that. Footy writers is wanted to be among the coffee pretension. If only soda wasn't casual. This. Okay. Lightning, alright, good stuff here. We're gonna hit some of that. There you go. The boss. Nice. Yeah, Spiritborn doesn't feel nearly as like hyper as it used to. It's still getting the job done, but still without constantly evading everywhere. Like hardly like registering it as the same class. I'm sure eventually I can close the gap and have more of the rushing claw and everything going on, but it's still not quite as over the top. That was my water bottle assaulting my mic. Corn dogs a seasonal thing? Yes and no. So usually corn dogs are associated with like fair season, like state fair type stuff. So that's when you'll have that and traditionally. But it's not like you can't have access to corn dogs whenever you buy them at the supermarket. The trashy food in the state are year-round activities. It's like candy corn. You can get it year-round if you really want to. But you're generally not gonna be in the mood unless it's the right time. The trashy food in North America? Imagine. When I wasn't sure what the hell to eat because of the dietary thing, I ate a lot of gluten-free corn dogs. They're so awful, but I need something in the microwave because I don't know what to do. Before the air fryer discovery, right? A lot of corn dogs. Ouch. Your food costs more and you get significantly less. Does it cost more? Are you sure? Or is it depending on the kind of food? Why am I getting wrecked so much right here? Vile Lunatic, the crackling deal, probably not a good time for me. I would imagine my toughness is also pretty low. I haven't really gone through and worked really hard at that. What, are you checking? How much your food costs? He's getting wrecked by the Vile Lunatic too, at least it's not just me. The Big Mac's index. Oh, the Big Mac index. You gotta see how much is right. I get it. Is the Big Mac? The Big Mac can't possibly be the same size over there. As much as I liked Big Mac once upon a time, yeah, I'll admit it, I like them. I was always more a quarter pounder with cheese. Yeah, like, I don't need that extra whatever Big Mac sauce they need and like the soggy bread in the middle. No, the quarter pounder was where it was at. Or even better, the bacon double cheeseburger from BK. Oh, trash fast food. Those are my go-tos. And then the croissant sandwich from BK. Burger King most mornings at a certain point in the US. White cheeseburgers what you need. You know, I don't know what my dad's favorite fast food burger is, actually. Actually, no, I take it back. He liked the BK ones, too. Like Five Guys. At this point, I can have their burger bowls and whatever without the bread is perfect for me. And their fries don't compete with fried chicken. So I can have their fries too. No, for real, BK Smacks, yeah. It does. For like the longest time, I like their fries the most too. Nah, I take it back. I think... I know it's blasphemy to say it a lot of time, but Chick-fil-A fries were the best. Now I have to say Five Guys. I just ordered them, so... But hey, the air fryer is great to just make your own at home. This is the way. This is the way. Oh yes, I'm team air fryer. You haven't heard me go on about that before. You know, people who own air fryers, they always gotta do it. Definitely that girl. Although me making fish on the stovetop is still so much better. Fish from the air fryer, the convenience cannot be understated. Yep, air fryers are the way. Every now and then there's somebody in chat who has, for some reason, converted to the air fryer. What are you waiting for? You will change your life. You'll be able to eat so much better than the like microwaving or whatever else. I think there is still maybe a standout. I'm not on the mod too, that I think needs to convert. I'm not gonna call them out. There's that resub, Dirty Devil, but yeah, Chillin air fryer. You're 22 months in Fame Nation. Hydra forever. How are you doing? Microwave life meal prep 3 minutes. It's not that much. It's not that much more time for the air fryer, obviously. This. Oh, work, sleep, food, work, repeat. A lot of the time, I don't even actually do my own meal prep. We buy the already prepared air fryer meals from the supermarket. I just open those out, put the tin foil on the top, and let it run for often less than half an hour. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. 5 to 10 for most things. Okay, so you already know, so we'll be over here with the boss. Wait, I don't have a teleport to go across. I gotta go around. You buy your meal prep completed. Okay, alright. This is also always a sad thing for me. Factor meals, of course, they do like the streamer partnerships, and their icon, their symbol, their logo is F underscore, like fame underscore is like that. But they don't have enough like gluten-free meals, so I couldn't actually like reasonably do that. My parents love them though. I was like, that's great, but they be that much good. There are some other like much more expensive meal plan type things that I can do, but it's not really once one of my family's neighbors were away and they were giving their meal plan stuff away because they were gone for so long, and I inherited some of those, and some of those were fantastic. But man, like how much they were asking for just one meal was too much. $20 for 15 meals, and you hit 30, so what, 50? Yeah, that sounds pretty decent. Yeah, that's decent. Come on, Shia. Let's go. Okay. Here, Bob's got that going. I don't want to get caught by anything exploding, and everything is a-okay as long as we do that. Got another little corrosion to play with. There's the corrupted. Saving poison. So, I think I will. Looks good. Therapist told you you need to get on dating apps and get out more. A therapist telling people to engage with those sort of things. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know. I guess, you know, the day and age kind of is what it is, Mars, but something about a professional of that sort actually saying it, just like that. I don't know. It's like, have they done that? Have they engaged with that? Do they know what that's like? Really? Alright. Yeah, see, you're right. It's like, if you haven't met somebody that was vetted by somebody you trust, I get it. That seems reasonable. Play the trash heap that is most of those dating apps. I'm not team for that. Absolutely not. I would never encourage that. I'm like, hey, if it works for you, is your thing, go for it. But I would never be the person that tells you like you should get on those apps. No. It's like, even as somebody who has never used any of that, I know them well enough to know that that can't be helpful. That can't be the best choice of action if somebody needs to quote-unquote get out more. It's basically playing a game, and the game is they want you to keep your money and your account profiles on those apps, which is never going to be you being the winner unless you are just beating the odds. Because the odds are stacked against you and for the companies that are making bank off of this system. This is how those things work. There's probably maybe a few exceptions, but at the end of the day, that's mostly the game that they're playing, and the game is winning over you actually finding success at anything that keeps you off of those dating apps. Are you a bot? And I definitely don't recommend trying to date through Twitch or Discord or any of that. No, it's not the greatest either. See what he got here for that amulet. Quick strike chance, nature magic. Playable, right? Playable. Oh, good hope. I received between 1 to 10 very specific pictures, not even an hour in. They're billing your insurance for this matchmaking service of theirs? Right. Right? It's like, wait, are you getting paid to endorse these dating apps? What is going on here? I actually have that feeling for a lot of, like, health services. I always think about it, it's like, so these pharmaceutical salespeople, they must go place to place, try to pitch whatever they got. So does that mean they have to move X amount of product if they got those deals? So how could any of this be legit? Like the dating app, much like that, and I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It has to be if they'll cover the app fee. I would be pretty interested to why those kind of services would actually say and legitimately think about that sort of thing. Knowing how a lot of that probably goes for the long term. We're all involved with that. I never hear good things. You're drinking Pepsi while chatting. Do I stream, huh? Pepsi, huh? Well, you do you, but if it's Team Pepsi or Coke, I do favor Cokes. Although I also drink any of these caffeine things anymore we were talking about. Right now, I guess for a long time I'm not gonna do a gal personally, but okay, whatever one floats your boat, go for it. I'm gonna sit through a 20-minute. Hey, just wanted to check on your Slack video huddle. Ugh. Check-ins. It's like, how you doing? How's it going? How's your experience? Like, it would have been a lot better. You had just not done this. You had just not done this. Everything would have been okay. Coca-Cola would never ever divulge anything exposing its ingredients in long-term harm and definitely left the company. That's right. Follow that company line. We don't really have a company line, but if we did, we gotta follow that line. RC? I don't even know if I've ever had an RC cola in my life, to tell you the truth. But I don't think I would care for it even if I did. Yeah, exactly. Like, are we generally trying to be nice right now? Or is there something else going on? Because we can't trust people. We can't trust people these days. Anything. It wasn't for you. Fair. What's this? Guys. Yeah. This is okay. All the people who are trying to get me to partner up with them with all of like the energy drink type stuff, and I'm always just like, I don't endorse these things. I can't even like drink caffeine without it like messing me up. And they'll be like, "Oh, we have non-caffeinated things too." I'm just like, but it's still the company has all the caffeine stuff, so I don't know. I don't know, so I don't have any of that. Have you ever looked around? Like, yeah, I don't have any of that. I've also had like coffee companies come to me. It's like, well, we talk about coffee. I'm sure one could move product around here, but that would be very strange to someone who doesn't drink it. So we don't need that anymore. At least like that. I was like, I'm glad you consider me, but bosses on me. The Nintendo ninjas. Yeah, we don't mess with Nintendo. We always just like a little concerned about even like talking about Pokemon. They will come for us. They will come for us all. We can't dare chance it. Toss these outside grass. Mouse sensitivity went a little whack. Annie, 90%, 80%. Keep track. Mr. Pibb. I've never had a Mr. Pibb in my life, but I know that I don't care for Dr. Pepper at all. So I would guess I would all go together. It's not for me. Not for me. Helltide? Or that's a fresh Helltide right now. You're a Helltide. Raj. This ring, if it's not ancestral. Right. What's the amulet? Not for us. Get that all out of here. Okay, what do we need? We go up there. Yeah, Fawn's already got a spot. Let's go. I don't even know what that is, Turny. I don't think I've ever heard of this. Imagine someone asking my favorite flavor and having to word vomit through it. My favorite flavor of what is it? Out of Michigan? Maybe that's why I've never heard of it. Jackal. 2 Paragon levels for them to go before they freaking go. Well, can't be drinking that. This reminds me of Arizona iced tea. What was it cost for a can of that? Like it's always like 35 cents or whatever. And they never change the price. I always wonder like how do they even work? How does that make a profit? So rich they don't care? I don't know. Unfortunately, I've never been into that drink anyway, but interesting. Wait, it's way more sugary than Fanta? I don't know. That's wild. It's just like they put a like it's just like straight sugar and they added water. Is that what we're talking about? Like, I feel like that's the only higher amount of sugar one can have. But these other sodas. Kool-Aid with a kicker. There. How much farther can you go? I mean, that's it. That's the end of the line. Yeah. Like that. Ooh, food. inventory. That part is doing okay. Other parts maybe not so much. I'm letting this barbarian and fawn kind of handle things. I don't actually need this for a war plan right now. I was actually gonna. This is actually gonna come after a nightmare dungeon. Let me do the nightmare dungeon and come back once I have time, right? Not die. So if Paul wants to come with me, he can, but if he doesn't, that's okay too. I do need to kill this so I can get out. Liquid Death Pass energy trick. Ooh. I don't too much. Kill these. They must die. There we go. Alright. Go do a bunch of things. No, sugary is here. The limit does not exist. Yeah, the Arizona 2 is probably, oh wow, Dreadlord! I guess so, and I... Oh, actually, isn't anything important now. This is on the Haunted Dungeon that has lives. That's what it is. That's all I really need to do. Definitely not because they fit your house aesthetic. So it's definitely because they fit your house aesthetic. Amazing. Everything for the aesthetic. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Seems to be we have a few who float around that are like this. Rule number 1, gotta look good. See, that only really applies to me in game, I suppose. Uh-oh. Stated rule number 1 and the game started lagging. Let's climb on down here. Take a little jump. You want men to feel for their lives if they ever enter your home. I heard you saying that the other day. I was like, hey, you know what? That seems completely reasonable. We got an carry over here, but do I care about the treasure room? Honestly, right now, not so much. I'm gonna go back to the hillside. Are you pushing that boss? Let's go. Just in time for transformation on Bloodhorn. 13 devils sees no red flags. Totally legit. Seems fine. Alright, town and back to the hillside. Alright, we're good. Shadow of death awaits in torment tier 1. Tier 1. They shall not pass. Physical damage, life regen, all damage. Nothing I need from that. Let's go for repair. That's a little pricey, but that's okay. Oh, we only had 2,000 and something limits on obols? That's crazy. Already 2,000 again. Spray them into oblivion. Get out of here. Oops. Okay, just a little bit more before I can finish the objective. But okay, the mystery box spawn is over there. I could be spending some just in case something goes wrong. I don't have cinder protection yet, of course. Better get to spending. It's not amazing. I haven't turned on my filter yet on this character. The naughty cat. Oh no. I don't have the nodding cat in here, that's true. To be fixed. Then who has to go? Who gets the axe? Ambulance. There's that one, but we have that one on Discord. It's like a different vibe. This. Oh, got another box over there. Does he? Nope, I don't see a box there. I don't know what he's chasing. I'll be up here. Ooh, almost got me. Almost got me. We want this one. You're just searching for that. Yeah, everyone wants the nodding cat. I put the nodding cat in. I'm not gonna do it right now, but maybe after stream we'll do it. We do have the knife, though. Yes. Okay. Look. Yeah. The Discord servers have a lot more options, and then we have it's very easy also to get multiple servers. The only Discord has a collection, and the Foundation has its own collection. It's got tons and tons of options. Yeah, Nitro, even more so. I'm waiting for them to let us have the color themes so we can the purple and green or something. Hasn't rolled out to us yet. Hopefully I'll increase the requirement on it because 3 boosts, very doable. Very doable. Puts it into like something ridiculous. I know the Sanctuary Discord for Diablo has like a red background. It's like obvious why they did it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not easy on the eyes. Fortunately, you don't have to lock in on it, but all the things. Yeah, purple and green and purple and cream. Kojo cat is very bad to it out. Oh no. Hey Chow, how's it going? Shockboard just died. Quest to get 300. It's splattered everywhere. I don't know. You don't know what Fame Bat has. I don't know. Over here. This little stairs. Good deal. Or here. Dark Cave. Okay. Where's Mr. Shackleford? I got worms. Well, I don't have XP orbs on my worms. They're lost. Yeah, exactly. We don't know. Nah, if that bat had powers, it would have to be Vile Nexus related powers. So that would be like some infinite slime absorption nonsense, which I guess could be a copy. You never know. There could be some aspects of that. Because that and the green comes from the clan colors, so the clan deal actually does have some canon business, so there's like slime green is involved. Speaking of me running around with my slime green Spiritborn. We also have the green sub-badge bottles, which reminds me that I probably should find a way to get higher level ones. Other badges there are. Midnight Rabies Ward! Midnight Rabies. So everybody's brains getting melted in this showdown. Nobody gets out alive. But one might happen immediately, but the other one's happening too. Midnight Rabies. Oh, Midnight Rabies. Oh no, I just don't know. There's one even ate ouch. Well, the good news is I didn't need all those cinders anyway. So let's see. Where's a box? We got one over here. Anything else gets me. Still a little sketchy on killing things in 12. Also really lagging. The lag bounce is strong. Some layer keys here. Violence isn't the answer. Fire is. Okay. There's a distinction there, but it's not much. It's not much at all. I get the jewelry because I can't afford it. Yes. So now that I've done all this, I get to report to Tyrael. Are you done in the Helltide pod? Or was there more you needed to do here? So many things, we're not killing them like super efficiently yet. I'm breaking it down. Okay, he's done. So I'm gonna grab the amulet and we're gonna try to get out of here. Miss that stealth right about now. That should just be a rogue Spiritborn. See how we ended up going from Spiritborn main to rogue. I guess. Mr. Fern, hurt your feelings? Oh, I'm the worst person to go to when it's anything about one's feelings. I don't protect those. That is not my job. That is not what I do here. So you are on your own. In fact, I would think that's Mistress Fern you would be going to before you would go to me, so you are extra screwed if that's your situation right now. There does stuff here. Good. Good. Tyrael. Buddy old pal. That's a lot of blues on my Torment 12 or plan reward. A lot of blues. Put your points in first. So, here. Activity. We always go Whisper Caches. Get the roots, even if I don't ever do them. Nightmare Dungeons, we want the one down the middle. This time we're working towards our Protected Cinders. And then this, as much as I hate it. Over there. Alright, next one of these. Material and what? The tree. The tears, the tears. We got pits, Undercity, Horde for variety. See. I did hit the new plan, didn't I? Really? 3 pits, Undercity, Horde. I did font not reset. Oh, we did it. Did you select your thing yet, Paul? You gotta pick your own here. So I did the 3 pits, we did Undercity, we did the Horde. You vile worm. Cool. 3 pits. Brr. Druid goes brr. Got the Rinley. Mine's dog here.
Greetings.
I wish I could see other people's pet names. The not the work. We don't approve. We don't approve. I don't approve of that either. Executioner blades are wrecking my face on Spiritborn right now. We are those too squishy. Right now my resolve is not stacking, so I need to go fix that. Part of my problem. Don't set this stuff. Yeah, I got this right. To the circle. And there's more. There we go. 4. I heard this a lot depending on the build. We are not the sort in softcore to build defensive first, so all the time there'll be gaps. It's not just graphically fix it. Right now we haven't done that for this character that's like really new. Alright. Everything is also irritating now. We'd be absolutely shite you keep finding yourself in. Oh no. Oh no. Gross. Well, some places you're gonna naturally have a lot of awkward people that perform these different tasks, and when you have a lot of awkward people in a environment where they interact with each other, inevitably awkward things will happen. And unfortunately, this is also what I have to remind myself doing this all the time, because, you know, gamers, a lot of us who hang around here, obviously we're doing all right, but every now and then you get somebody who roams through. You know how it is. So I expect much the same from similar locations with similar people. Workplace is gonna be toxic. Like, some certain patterns will appear more than others. Yeah, exactly. Protect your peace. Not having anything but the most bare bones professional interaction with these people solves whatever problems you're having, which I'm pretty sure I know once. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because if it makes your work environment toxic, it's obviously not worth your time. Select this one, and here. Injury. It's a bit, we go again. Alright, let's go. Heisenberg there. You'll have a recognizable name. They now use it with a U at the end instead of an E. It's not the Breaking Bad spelling. Maybe they just don't know. Maybe that's their attempt to be unique. Good. Look at their camera cord there. Can't tell is it Rambo or Bambo. In the nicest way possible. The always like, I'm busy working. I'm doing XYZ. Keeping busy. Sorry, can't entertain whatever it is you want me to entertain right now. Ouch. I died for that one. I guess it was worth it. Electrified obelisk right in the center. There was no getting out of that on this little squishy Spiritborn. Well, we're gonna blame Fawn for that one. Haha! I don't know if I should encourage that, but haha! We all go down together. Wish Lords unite. So interestingly enough, Old Bone Cage is what Necros can do to themselves now. This season I was playing it and I could trap myself somehow. You can't trap other people, but you can trap yourself. Let's go. Later, monsters. Good luck. This does. It's fine. Like, it did most of that damage, but it did do damage. Mutants. Good. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like a lot of people, if they choose one character that's unforgivable in AOT, I think a lot of people go with Annie. Because the scenes, it wasn't how visceral they were, especially early on. Despite lots of them engaging in like the same kind of vibe. Northwest. Fiery goodness. Spiritborn effect. That's creepy. You have no map top, right? Do you have your overlay up? Because they don't appear, both of them together. It's a little bit harder to get these kills right now, but I can. Okay. Now you know. Knowing is half the battle. Yeah, you can blend in pretty well. Like sometimes mine is like just like super opaque and I can't see through it at all. The other times it's like too blended and like there's nothing in between. Not to use my overlay for that 2 lasers to go press M. I just like tab toggle. I would prefer it that way. Pretty sure that isn't an option in this game. They should really make it one. You generally cannot see it, yeah. Let me see. Kinda can, it's not easy. What there? What does he go? Ouch. How much time is lethal to me right now? Right, no resolve. Gotta be fixed. Teams. Also don't have a harmony yet. Roll helmets. Is this attacking me for a second? I keep thinking of DC when that happens. Okay. Boss is down. Take this. Go right here. And next little deal, we got revenge. There's a 110 that I even realized. I'll just snuck that one in. Revenge! When I leveled first was character. Realize Fawn's got that Agathon nod, but we don't have the cat nod in here. We gotta have that cat nod. The cat nod. Where did I put it? I have it saved somewhere. Just I don't know who gets the boot from the ones we have. We just put Levi Lurk back in. I don't think I can take him out just yet. Somebody who we can get rid of that no one will notice is gone. Decisions. Not showing me what I want right now. Just hasn't loaded. Decisions, dude. Yeah, it's not letting me look at all of my emotes right now, so I'm probably gonna have to do it after stream later. When it wants to actually cooperate. We know my internet's not happy right now. Nothing can be trusted. Wait, actually, like now all of Twitch can't be trusted. Apparently, like I lost the chat on. Wait, oh my god, emotes. What is that? Fame is grinding hell ties and pit runs while chatting about Discord aesthetics, clan lore, and handling toxic people at work are in gaming spaces. Oh, good times. Even when I don't have the AI training on, it still runs that. I could turn that off, but I kind of like it. Yeah, that's the AI giving me the summary because I changed Windows while I was looking around. Generated by AI, making mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the summarizing of what I say. And anytime I see how good that AI summary is, it makes me realize that a lot of people that maybe complain about maybe I talk too fast, maybe I do this, maybe I do that. If that is the case, and of course English is their first language, they're getting beat by the AI. So that might be a them problem. That might be a them problem, I'm just saying it. Sometimes I definitely do talk fast, but I don't know if too fast universally is truly the issue. If even the machines are getting it done, what's anybody's excuse? Is there any excuse? I don't think so. How we do it? Nothing. See, now I'm also tempted to like hop around like other channels and see what kind of summaries it gives me for other people. So, like, are we really like all over the place and strange and abnormal, or will I see summaries that seem more often like ours than not? I don't know, because I'm not like a huge Twitch person, because I'm usually playing so much and streaming so much. I don't really been to a lot of channels. Dead by Daylight streamers I did watch quite a bit before I started streaming. Like, I don't know how their vibes are, but a lot of other games, including sometimes before them, we raid into people. I'm like super dead right now. All I can do is like, yep, yep. Okay, what are we doing? Here, here. There, glowstone, consumption. 94. That's good enough. It's fine. I don't need to pick up that stuff. It mostly should be filtered anyway. Mostly. Good times. Good times. Lips are still doing alright here on this. Come on, let's do the 110. I'll let him do that. Also, I can switch mine. I keep forgetting. Nothing too amazing there. Nope. Repairs are super pricey, but I have the gold. It's okay. I'm trying to see if I can get to the emotes. I need them. Okay, now I can see them. So, oh my god. I've seen some people give that one some super often, maybe not. Bats. Now, are there any Gojo cats and bats that are redundant to each other? Technically, I guess yeah, this is fine. One, did I ever put the other one in? No, we don't have the Gojo cat. It's fine. That's okay. The waves get to stay, the lulls get to stay. I mean, technically we have two cozies, but I feel like I see both of them so often, like I wouldn't really want to dump them. The Skullfire is pretty cool. I do see people use it, but it technically is a little bit more obscure. I really like a lot of the comic ones. I suppose of those, the oh my god is least used. Did I have redundant cats at this point? Animated ones that ones like rainbow ones or not. We really wouldn't feel like touching those. Oh, it does have to be an animated one, doesn't it? It would have to be an animated one. I feel like the cat nod probably go lower. So maybe somebody would be moving to next tier. So the nod could go in. You have to learn how to tip. Pawn has to learn how to tip. Yeah. True. Tips. You got the research. How to tip. You're gonna be a 20%, you're gonna be a 10%, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna judge everybody super strictly, individually. I tip a waitress at night and someone at McDonald's. Well, going back and forth to the table is different. They are plugging some things in the register and letting the people in the back do it. Where's the good and bad part? Well, good news for us, Juan. There's no way we're going to McDonald's. You don't even have to think about that one. Just that, you know, we don't do that. And I guess I can always do like the Steak Shack thing. They try to. It's not. You can technically eat there. Not necessarily the best option. The West Coast fast food places are actually kind of good. Next restaurant, they give you shit servicing because they know they're going to get you tip based on how much you order from the menu on top of what you might give them. And then, yeah, you'll give them the good tip. For whatever reason, my Reddit algo has been showing me DoorDash's subreddit. And most of the things from DoorDash's subreddit are people who get wild and crazy dashers who demand tips like before they should really have a tip, and if their service was bad, and then they'll like threaten the person who made the order and all sorts of wildness. So nothing has convinced me that I'm right to just not use those services than Reddit now. Because every single time I look, there's like 3 new ones saying some absolute horrors that were just... I couldn't deal with that shit. There's just no way. There's just no way. There's always people in the comments like, oh, just remember, these are the outliers. Of course, we're always gonna see the squeaky wheel, like typical Reddit things. But that, I feel like I see it enough that I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I already don't trust people, much less than I trust people with my food. All things considered, I especially have a good reason not to trust people with my food. So, that's not for me. It's just not for me. Unless it's like some like extraneous circumstances, I don't want to deal with DoorDash and Uber Eats and the usual stuff. What the waitress hopes an ambitious birdie scored on the back of your head as you eat? That sounds way too stupid. Oh no. Fawn is trying to argue against our tipping culture. It's like, when in Rome, do what you gotta do. And of course Fawn's gonna come back and it's like, these people are never gonna see me again. Like, we won't be back there for years. Like, no. Oh, we gotta gigs. Oh, we gotta go. If you don't tip me, you want us to leave you alone, not come to you? Well, for the most part, the only thing they're gonna do is like, you guys do it all right, and then they'll just go on their merry business because they'll probably have more tables. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And don't worry, if you don't want to deal with the people, I can deal with the people. You can just fill in some numbers. That'll be fine. That's how you want it to be. I can handle it. Trust me. There's someone who has done lots of restaurant things. Thanks, Mom. I'm good at all that. So we can master the dinner party. I have no problem. I have no problem. As long as you're not asking me to cook for a dinner party, I got you. We're okay. We can manage. There's someone on your phone you'll do what they did at Home Alone too. Play the fight off. Oh, good times. Good times. Oh, There's my little friend. So it's like he's saying this, and it's like, I'll be right there. Like I can handle it. Trust me. Like if you need someone to talk, I got you. Be fine. You'll be fine. These days, a lot of that is like, here's the tablet. Just press the button and what amount you want. You don't have to actually talk about it. It's just write in the number like anybody else. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You do cash these days. I don't know about that, but you can, I guess. That's fine too. It's not that difficult. But it is kind of funny explaining tipping culture to those who probably many of you don't deal with that. Because these days, sometimes you end up with services where they expect a tip before they've even done anything, and it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, I know, like, the DoorDash thing is like, what? It's like, it's tipping you for the service rendered and the quality of. Why should I have to, in advance, tell you what that's going to be. Because I don't know. It's like, I know what I anticipate generally. You can't just be like, do that first before you even like arrive at destination, only kind of think like, no. I hate that. I hate that. It's all just very sketchy. It's worse and worse all the time. It's in doctors though. It's one of those, like, I surely hope they're getting paid enough like that. You wanna know what rate it is? Ah, well, it's gonna depend. That is not universal. I know generally what I do. Because I don't touch grass a lot, easily like 20% or whatever, and like, that's fine. But if they're not giving me like a great service, I'd probably not what you want to do. Right, definitely. It's usually off of the meal total. Careful. But the boss is still not here yet. This one I had to do a lot myself because Fawn's busy trying to figure out tipping culture. Careful. Ouch. That's a bit painful. Fine. And then some places, whatever you tip, it's gonna go to like everybody and redistribute it. It's not just like a waitress type deal. Thanks. And then like sometimes we want to make sure it goes to the waitress and they're not doing that, so they'll do like the digital one and then they'll do like a cash one and split kind of situation. I don't know how many people gamify it that much, but I know we have been known to do it. It happens. Because they're busy and they didn't offer to refill your drink while you're in a single time with a meal. Red flag. They weren't doing their job. You got served by multiple people, then it's whoever is the last one at the table in the entire meeting who gets it, because that's who's gonna pick that step out. Generally, they're gonna finish the table and then try to leave it to just the one person so they can keep the tip that they've earned. But every now and then, they have to leave. I'll hand it over. Right. It's really the person who did the heavy lifting. Well, actually, I've been to many places where technically the person who does the heavy lifting doesn't necessarily engage with that unless you leave money on the table and then the person cleans. So yeah, you know, that's a thing to consider. Like some of the Viet restaurants we go to, like, all the actual literal heavy lifting would be by a guy. And then like the waitress who was just taking orders and like relaying that stuff would be somebody else. So if you wanted to tip them both, you would have to make sure you hand the tip personally to the guy who was really doing that. Okay, here. Got that sorted. I don't recommend not tipping, excuse me. I don't recommend not tipping. That's rude. I am not rude. We're gonna approve our friend Cogumelo Magico. Alright. Bad karma. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Bad karma. Your karma is already shit. One way to look at it, yes. I don't think she will. I don't think she will. Probably that apprehension on my beards. Let me hop a little bit while these are running. Beard right here. Ring. Make the ring to try and slam. I'm gonna have to actually hunt those down. That a little. The popcorn cat. I forget we have that one. I've seen it a few times today, haven't I? Alright. Stairs everywhere. No surprises. Mm-hmm. But we're fine. Your friend went to Las Vegas. You didn't realize you had to. You see, of all the places to be played at least about who you gotta tip and what to do with money, Vegas is a bad place to not know what you're doing. Not great. Ouch. Was it a place he went back to repeatedly? That was, yeah, pretty bad there too. Got to watch out for that lunatic. Good. Good. There's this place I'm being followed. Well, that's just wonderful. Too shabby now. And all cooldowns. Right now I don't have all the right things set out, so sometimes it happens. It's not too bad, but it could be better. Could be better. Why are we holding? What are we holding up on? Go. This up a little bit. Just for good service, but third party behind good reviews are in sites like to get more people into the door. To support the business. Here. That is for like the whole establishment to help them out and or helping the people looking for reviews. It's both sides of the coin there. Different process. What do we do now? True. Oh no, get out of that. Barely made it out of that alive. Barely. Not too bad. Go ahead and hit this. Oh, again. And what do we have here? And there's more. Good deal. Gotta hit this. Guardian activity. Big lag, huh? The lightning's still going off, so that's cool. There we go. Oh, it's fine. Consumption. 101. Get in there. Given the lag, lightning persists. Or how good or absurd the reviewers potentially seen by thousands upon thousands of people is true. I would think it's how wild. It's pretty wild how many people actually like look at all kind of review things. I don't do that much. But I realize when I do go onto those trips, even I look at them, and you know, someone who's usually not that concerned with that, even I am concerned enough. Ooh. Nuggets. Okay. this. Repair the bad reviews. I was always like that with books. It's like, I don't want to see the ones that are just like gushing about how great it is. I want to see the really critical ones. So, yeah, a little bit. I might be team like sort by controversial type. Fair enough, right? Never the one that automatically defaulted to 5 stars, all the things. Awesome, yay, woo. It's something in between. That has a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, and it seems that that's a lot more true. Nothing is perfect. I guess I'm one of those review readers. But books on Amazon, like how much people used to gamify it and like absolutely BS it and like pay people to give them good reviews. I always go at the bottom. The absolute bottom. Right, yeah. I think usually business ones that like, I like a little bit of like in between. The ones that took the time to actually find the reasonable number that they didn't go all the way to the bottom if they just all like the hates or just all the way to the top because you know I'm just nice and kind of hard people. Let's see here. Poison. If there's only like 10 reviews per a place, depending on what it is, I get a little concerned. Like, oh, what's going on here? Especially if it's been around, so supposedly you've been around for a while. I was like, did you get this purge somehow? What happened here? So, that one works. 1228. Speedy. There you go. I think hitting around 100 instead of the 110. It's fine. Fine. Let's take some of these. Should be good ingenuity, right? Village stoves. That's 80%. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of countries think that they're paying their workers enough, they don't need to do all that. It doesn't have to be on the customers to compensate for lag, which makes sense enough because they don't do it that way. They don't do it that way. That's are very analytical. This is how it goes. There you are, the 110 anyway. Actually reset this properly. There we go. Now we're good. Pineapple staff go. There's a pine cone. That size is a pine cone. Fun did not accept. They drop some of these in the cube anyway. Well, I might have some of these that are good at this point. I don't know. Pick that up in a moment. Take this, 2 and 3. I'm not sure what I just roll the ones that we already have to. Alright, back inside. It's a smart enough egg, you say. He understands now. And wait, that's the number, huh? Yeah. Oh. All those shredders. Cool. That's how we're doing. Right. Move, and what we have here. Just keep running. Just keep running. Next doorway. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know what it is state by state. Not at all. Here's grab artillery. I don't want to get caught in the explosion. I don't need that goblin either. Nice pull here though. Bite that pull out and go and pirate. Poison shot blast. Take a little bit and then we're out here. 90-degree angle. Or dancers. Doesn't sound so nice now, does it? Chillin. Oh, chill. Need more freeze. Not going off there yet? Nope, it's not. Hold it. Here's the touch. Little rat collar. Interferes. These are not dying easily. Closing. Up we go. Little pull here. Alert. Still keep going off, but they're not doing enough. Spot lightning coming. That'll do it. There you go. But not enough for the boss just yet. Not just yet. And how's that fair? This way. Still not enough. Still going. This way. Interesting, both of the Washingtons are. Alright, yeah, I would have guessed in Washington State because of all the tags. LBC. Let's go Gold Stone. Menageries. Washington is the name of where you live. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Sounds easy enough. And I can't be really farther from any of those places. Doing it wrong. Doing it wrong. Although I guess I don't really apply to any of those laws. It's fine. This is fine. Oh no. Alright, let's go ahead and open this. Okay. I'll prove. Are we there yet? We are not there yet. Let's go. Okay. It's gonna be that Taurus had just blurts out rate of US facts as he travels. Oh, absolutely. He's like that. Like the percentage of how many bugs or beetles that randomly pops up, and he said it so often I still don't remember, so clearly this is why he keeps doing it. What square meter of grass is the most revolutionary? Oh. The grass around the Liberty Bell is pretty revolutionary or something. I don't know. Where else have we got? Thinking about the HOA. I was looking at a desert house in California yesterday, and it's like in the picture, it's literally it's in the desert. It looks almost like it's a bunker house, and it still has an HOA fee of $80-something a month. And I'm like, are they gonna like judge your cacti and say your cacti aren't up to the HOA code or something? What is the HOA for? Like, it didn't look like it was sharing any rows of anybody. It was like, oh, what? Why? I don't know. Maybe the pictures of the house were very deceptive on how close the neighbors were or something, but it seemed very strange. Like, for me, my HOA, they love to, like, judge everybody's grass. It's like, oh, you have grass in your cement. Fix it. Oh, you have too many weeds in your landscaping. Fix it. Grass too high, obviously. Fix it. House wrong color. Fix it. Like any damn thing. Any damn thing. Typical HOA, right? But in a desert, and this house was brutalism style architecture, right? So that's how I found it. I was looking at brutalism buildings because I'm weird like that. And I'm like, what kind of HOA covering a house that looks like that? I don't know what they went after. What are you even? I don't know. This HOA types, they always find something. The major of Whoville kind of shit. It must. Oh, in that case, absolutely. Absolutely. Over here. And now anytime I see people like just walking around the neighborhood, I'm always like, are you part of the HOA? Is that what you're doing right now? Judging us? You're doing your daily walkthrough to see who you can snitch on? Is that how this works? I wouldn't imagine that's how it all works. Probably. I think I've encountered many a person, like the very first thing they check when they want to buy a house is doesn't have an HOA. Significant HOA, they're just like, nope, I'm out. Doesn't matter anything else. Don't want to deal with that. It's fair enough. Revenge. Yep. No crazy HOA nonsense. And then I've heard some people that have like warring neighbors that they're sitting there like fighting over HOA thing. Unfortunately, I've never been involved in any of that. But the trick is, I don't even know who's who around here. I just don't touch the grass. Best behavior, head in the sand as much as possible. But I would imagine that there's probably some juicy HOA drama all around here. Because Florida has way too many like new neighborhoods, like way too much. Way too many like new people coming into completely like new construction that they must all just be like fresh in their communities and they're all just trying to one up each other into HOA leadership so they can be the mayor of Whoville. And so I'm pretty sure I'm surrounded by all of that throughout the state. So if for some reason you're into HOA politics and getting your foothold in absolute nonsense, Florida might be for you. Florida might be for you, because I don't know if there's anywhere that has more ridiculous construction and new subdivisions where everybody's so fresh and can fight for it. You're gonna follow and welcome it. City within California. Okay, yeah, so San Fran. Some of those little like, rinky-dink tin can was literally sardine entire little condo apartment type spots can go for over $2 million. for practically nothing because of all the tech Titan deal. And I always think that's wild. That's wild. It's not like really nice place in like a nice building like I'm high up. I don't even think so. I don't even think so. It's just like smallest spaces. I couldn't imagine. Like personally, I would probably be fine in that much small space, but not at those rates. And the people we met there, a lot of them would say like that they can never live in the parts of San Francisco that they live in if not for they have basically been there for generations. So everything that grandfather there, they got rates that are reasonable because nowadays, no, not so reasonable. Not so reasonable. Yeah, yeah. I guess making San Francisco Bay somehow it works out. It was a company that was they're trying to find a community manager, and they came to me because you can see my Discord on the back end when I approve that I'm gonna play these games. They can see all my Discord stuff. I'm pretty sure on the back end they could see how many Discords I own and like how many people are on them, and like a lot of those like old ones that have thousands of people, like still all know all the works. As I have those, even if they're like defunct now. So they asked me to do it, and then their company is in San Francisco, and I'm like, there's no way. Your small game, as much as I love the game, it's cute and all. That if you ever asked me to have to come into the office physically, it would work out for me. But there's no way. There's no way. No way in hell. It's like, as cool as that would be, it's like, I know San Francisco enough that not gonna fly. They'd be like, you can work remote, it's fine. It's like, at some point, especially, the game pops off, it would probably have to happen. Just like, there's no way. There's no way the numbers would number. Sorry. Let's see how we're doing. Over on the left, there's who gloat about using electronic SUV as you do. Hey, that's like the Elysium of America. No. Let's see. We'll stop this. It's not for me. Not for me. And there's also a good time to say all the places I've been in the States. A lot. In the country. San Francisco was my worst experience. So even more so, looking at the numbers, and then people suggested that, doing that is not for me. No offense to you who love San Francisco, who might be in San Francisco, you all like the for me, it was my worst experience of like any state. So it didn't even matter what part I was in. Like Chicago, I felt like if I stayed in certain areas, it was okay, and like, kept my head down, like it didn't mess with people. But San Francisco, what should have been some of the nicer like businessy type areas, anywhere I could walk, anywhere to go, it didn't feel safe. Like it's the only place I walk around like what should be the decent areas, and had somebody come up to me and start just saying absolute vulgarness. I've never been, I think, more like in a confrontational situation my entire life. So that's the impression I had with San Francisco. So it's hard to get that out of my head. So that's it. So far, we haven't got along super well. But it's also, oddly enough, the one place where I went to a restaurant, told them my allergy situation, and then the waiter started to decide to make jokes about it. Like he was being cute, and it's just like, this is stressful enough, my dude. Why you gotta be like this? It was a really nice restaurant too. I just don't know what to say. Wasn't that good either. I think about it. It's like, wow, there's San Francisco now. No, not to mention their love of paper straws or non-plastic straws. Much of course we don't like the plastic ones because it's bad for the environment. They love things like noodle straws and paper straws that all include things that I can't have, and then I have to explain that. And they look at me like I've grown two heads despite it being the West Coast, where you would think things about that better. These moves. I could have had a lot of things. Despite it being one of the other pirate cities of the nation where you think I would get along, it's the goodness. You know what I want to do? Massachusetts instead. Ouch. go. Like this don't die. We are dying a lot to these crackling. The lightning is messy, messy, messy. Here. Spider types. I'm gonna hug this corner. If you want a ridiculous amount of land that's still, I think, like decently affordable, and you're okay with like stupid cold, you can go to the Dakotas. I guess you can go to Wyoming, things like that. But I don't think that's what's gonna be for me. I don't think I'm gonna like raise yaks or anything like this. Anytime soon. Yeah, no. Probably. No, actually, Fawn is into, believe it or not, he likes the concept, the idea of like making his own like little micro house and just like living in that. He likes little cozy places that he can kind of like construct himself. He thinks. Does he know how to do any of this? No, but like in his mind, he thinks like this is something he would be into. So like homesteading type thing, in theory, Fawn would not mind that so much. So some of those states where you think that he wouldn't like, he might actually. He might actually. Now, would I? Absolutely not. So let's get that clear. But Fawn might. No. Tiny ho. Yeah, Fawn likes those. He likes those. Like, too far off grid is absolutely not for me. Surprise. Surprise. Now, like, the tiny cozy homes, since all I really care about is to grind and slay demons on D4, I don't need a lot of space. But I will say, I say that, but I haven't lived in a place with a low ceiling in a very long time. And something about that would probably irk me. Just because I used to being able to breathe so much. Because, like, I'm not touching that roof. Nobody, I know, no one's touching that roof. But any of these kind of things, like, it's just how it is. See, like, Fawn like Lego, and like a Lego size thing for me seems like kind of wild. Becker houses, see? Fawn thinks they're nifty. I think they're cute in like pictures, and I am sure I can manage it. It wouldn't bother me. I did live in dorms once upon a time, and that, it never bothered me. Like unlimited choice, I wouldn't go for that. And I think Fawn would be okay with it. Would be okay with it. Crawl up the stairs on their hands and knees to the bed. So this is like a loft type place. What's going on here? What's going on here? Like a small loft? Nora, high street land you own, otherwise no. Yeah, if you own like the land and then you your own house. Nice. Not something I ever see myself doing. The point is, see where it's saying tiny home. Yeah, tiny is like, it's literal, it's tiny, tiny. Yeah. Everything's gotta be to code. Like in Florida, like making your own little like tiny home is not probably gonna happen. You have to be able to withstand X amount of wind, right, to exist. And it's not gonna be like you like just dying the more limited. Reminds me of walking by the architecture school all the time, once upon a time, and seeing the people studying and doing those projects on their lawn of that building. I always wondered, like, how many of these people are actually ever going to have like proper work in this degree? Like, how many architects are there out there actually doing work? But I suppose there are plenty of them. I think most of them are probably not really designing homes and having them built so much as like editing other people's designs to make them actual reasonable final product. I don't know anything about it really. I just thought it was interesting to think that quite a few architects getting turned every year. Alright. Designs for like the little houses? Yeah. Platonic time, or we had like books and books of just like architectural plans for houses. I always thought it was really cool, but never cool enough to be like, I'm gonna do all that math or to actually be an architect. I don't know. I don't know. Engineering type stuff, I don't know how to mind for that. All of the personality tests would always say, yeah, that's a good fit for you, but I don't think I ever agreed. I just like to look at the plans, like I like to look at a map, and for me, the fascination is like D&D type map, or like use an actual floor plan to write out a story, like a horror story kind of deal. Like these kind of things, that's far enough for me. That's far enough for me. Yeah, the blueprints. I'd imagine nowadays I could describe whatever I wanted for a building to ChatGPT. Probably be able to flesh out some pretty acceptable schematics without having to go through the trouble of finding the real world equivalent in a book or online or something. Yeah, I magic. That's what you really enjoy about the Pokopia, which also reminds me there's that DLC for Pokopia we haven't played yet. I don't know anything about it. I was trying to like avoid spoilers. But I realized for me, I never actually finished the main story of Pokopia to be like fully unlocked anyway. I thought did, but I'm always too busy, of course, playing this to be not worried about it. Fawn build a hoe IRL after the way he described pressure washing. Oh no. Oh no. Imagine. I feel like a lot of the dudes around here, they're good idea people, but including fun, like big ideas, but actually being the person to get their hands dirty and complete said ideas, if it requires handiwork, I don't think I have the crew for that. Let's put it that way. That's not for them. Maybe Fawn should start with like building some birdhouses. We'll see how that goes first before we start trying to build an actual hobo. Start with the birdhouse. Let's see if the birds will pass on his house or not. Big strong. We're not built for laboring. It's okay. Soon we'll just be able to not just ask the AI to give us the blueprints for our houses. They'll just command the robots and print it out for us. Fine, we got this. Just gotta hold on a few decades and it'll be good. Maybe not even. I guess they still already do. They actually already do 3D. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. See, now, if we need, like, handyman type stuff from my family, I have an Uncle Fix It. For, like, hands-on completing projects, that's who I go to. That is not for my dad or anybody like this, no. They're more idea people. We'll let them do the idea people things. I want something actually like handy, done and completed. We gotta go to that uncle. Otherwise, no. Ouch. Pain. I'll get whenever I die. I just know Fawn's gonna die in a few seconds later. But even on my little Spiritborn, somehow his druid durability is not greater, and I don't know how. His character is not even 6 hours old, and most of it is kind of like vibing on the backs of others who are much older characters, let's be honest, because they're definitely taking the leash off of doing my more natural progression, because latency. But, yeah. That's her ability on fine tree, it's not that much different. Pond is starting with the pond. So, I do have family that have these ponds. And I'm not completely sure how much they made themselves. I want to say at least one of those said ponds if not two in the family, were made by them. And at least one of them is like proper nice. But I can't see myself doing that. And Fawn keeps entertaining that idea. And I see those and I see like that's where mosquitoes are going to live and breed. I want nothing to do with it. So the koi fish and everything, that's cute. But I feel like more of these things, more problems. More of those things, more problems, not less. Buy a pod animal that kill them and eat them. I just don't know if the fish and everything beat those out, and then of the family members that had the koi pond deal, they ended up with too many fish. So they ended up with having to figure out who can get the fish to sell the fish, whatever they had to do with the fish. It was too successful. And it just seems like there's no winning here. It's all a lot of maintenance for stuff. Usually Florida's too hot and humid. I feel like they really go out there and truly enjoy it anyway. But maybe that's just me. Make it like Big Brother, how the turtles living with... No. And then you make stuff like that out here. Of course, you know where this is going. You have standing water. So if it's big enough standing water, you know what you're going to have. Whether you want it or not. You're gonna have gators. Do you want gator spawn? Because that's how you would know a gator. And you don't have to really try for those out here, so why would you try? Yeah, frick no, you don't want gator. Even if it's like a little one, it's still a gator. And that gator is going to eat your fish, so no. That's an interesting point. If their ponds are big enough, has that ever happened? I've never heard of it. I think I would have heard it would happen. Yeah, theoretically it could happen. You know, evolve to your final form format to hog titan. I don't recommend that. Even if you do evolve the final form, that's nothing good. I'm definitely not. I lived here all my life, and I know better. I know better to do any of that. Like, I don't even go swimming in any of those things. Like, even if it says it's safer, so I don't believe it. Do any of that. Pod's changed his mind. He's not touching a pod. The gator's gonna be like, oh, a snack bowl. Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, this is nice. They made this for me. That's so awesome. Let me go. Let's go hang out here. Do not recommend this activity. Do not endorse. Do not condone. Do not cross. No, not going $200 on this idea. Now, maybe in a different state, with a different collection or ecosystem that didn't include gators, maybe. But I don't want to be adding more standing water for anything. Nature does that on its own, and most of the time I'm like, no, thank you. Why would I help it? Okay, we start analytically seeing the time the bowl is sat each day. I think it's closer and closer each day before bowl set time. True enough. True enough. There are definitely people in places out here where they're so used to the gators being around. It's just like those among them, and I think that's crazy. That's crazy. The bowl gets left in a bowl place and nowhere to be found. It's better than bears. I guess it depends on how wooded your area is. A lot of places, if there's a bear, I think you would know. But if you like to mess with the water, sometimes you just won't know. Not all the time, you just won't know. Unless, of course, we apply the usual assumption that, yes, they are there. Behave as if they are, even if they're not. Are you in the water? Or in the shark's natural habitat? It's probably not. You can scare bears off before a gator. I feel like certain scents and things for bears, you can kind of like ward them off, and like for the most part, get it right. And like certain different kind of bears would be different situations. Not that I know a lot about bears. Don't take my word for it, but you know, generally this is what I pick up on it. And then the gators, yeah, you know, at a certain point that they probably aren't scared of you. This is not like when I was a kid and these spiders and Dad would say they're more scared of you than you are of them, which I don't know if I believe that either. Just like we don't mess with any of that. So, bears eat a giant fish. Definitely bear. Yeah, I think for the most part, you're talking like a full-grown bear. They're built to withstand. They got this. They probably wouldn't bother with the gator, but the gator also wouldn't bother with it. But it actually came down to it. Yeah, the bear should be able to handle that in most cases. What about a land shark? Okay, we gotta go to PoE 2. We're gonna study the land shark and we'll ask it and see how that goes. Wait, didn't I tame the land shark? Is there a bear? Are there bears in? I feel like we can actually answer this question in game. Not this one. Not this one. We don't have a land shark here, do we? We have bears now. Yeah, no land shark. Too bad, so sad. Bear versus mythological creature. I like that shark boss, but he stays under the ground, so he doesn't actually serve as a great pet. He's kind of often just being passively around. He's not tanking a lot for you. He's just kind of lurking. He's cool looking, but as far as like AoEs and actual power, there are better options. But the joy of that game's companion system is you can carry whatever ones you want around with you, and you can flip them in it off and on, just for funsies. I will, so it's pretty neat. Ouch, why did I go back? Because Rushing Claw did the thing. I blame the Rushing Claw. The pain. The suffering. Bond died too. Surprise, surprise. Damn lightning stuff. Just maybe run by them in an enclosed area. It's not gonna go well. We don't. Gotta look at this build and figure out resolve type, like resolve. Like I have stacked to have resolve, but I'm not generating it. So something along the way is missing. Needs more guerrilla action, actually. I don't have everything I really want on the bar, probably. I could get the Scourge off of my set. Maybe. The sharks that have more of a Gojo personality than bears, which are more Sukuna-esque. That would suggest that the obvious winners, therefore, are bears and their natural strength, as it would be significantly harder to capture them in a trap. What? What did I just read? And I am getting wrecked right now to the point that we are behind schedule. Some of this stuff is wrecking me in a small enclosed space that I don't like much. What else didn't attack me? Interesting. 110 is a bit much for the Spiritborn right now. For the record, surprise. I get going. Damage does happen, but it requires a lot of, like, about 100 everything right now, like this. We get a trash group like this without any really deadly elites. There's some killing I can do. It's not great. You're trying to scuff my AI, so when people come in, it's absolute nonsense. Your equipment is broken? Well, I mean, yes, that's me out of here. When somebody doesn't respond in 10 seconds because she's got to analyze and give the proper response back to bring it back in. We can't let you just run rampant on the chat. We do have an AI to impress now, apparently. Oh, goodness. And for the record, my AI training switch is off. I don't have that on. I know some people very much care about that. We do have, of course, the AI summary. That one does run. points. I do have the other stuff off, in case you were wondering. I know some people do probably put like tags and things for that. And I've seen someone pass a database around, but I don't trust even like adding anything to whatever databases these individuals are making, so I don't touch that. But yeah, that switches off. On the repair and come back. Also, an undercity if I wanted to do that for the war plan. Let me see here. This for barrier, and it's going off of my rune. That's fine. Got this going. I got some extra healing that way. I got Scourge going on. Let me see what I can do about resolve options. Okay, I don't need any damage. Here, we want this one. That'll help me. That's what we're missing. Okay, don't get any of those things. Good here. I think that one is enough, really. Anything else would be a bonus. The strength of the forest. And we get a stack of resolve. Do damage around me? No, I don't need that. That concussive stop will be enough. Your hide is expensive. She's still working. That's what she's up to. Don't pick that up even if I can now. Now that I actually have my resolve popping, I should be better off. Then we will see Fawn die, and I will not. That's what we're hoping. One turn again, yes. Got something to say to that, does he? Does he? So let's see, my unique ring, helmets, aspect upgrades, on aspect. Boots are missing. There's all sorts of things I can slip you here. Now I'm running Fist of Fates where something else out better. Not sure, but that's a big range on those fists. I do tend to favor it. Mention the affect rolls on it are compatible with this build, which is maybe the only piece of gear I have right now that's actually on point like that. Hello, how you doing? Protection. Follow. Channel lead and see us out on the north side now. Rat kings. How are we looking? Put those out. Explosive type stuff. That's what I'm gonna see. Don't get up there. Yeah, as soon as I said that. 2 circles. Stay outside. Hang out a little bit. Got it. Catch fawn. More rats. All those rats all the time. Let's see what we got going here. We were earlier. Got that going for me. Fire chain cleared. I don't think I took a GAR on this, did I? I actually did. We still have pieces of gear that were for druids and warlocks. Popping through. Welcome to D4. This way. Go. Hit that pit there. So, for 3, huh? This is good. I don't have my circle worms yet. There's definitely something I'm missing. There's a multiplier on those swarms that like do more damage to significant black. Because right now I've got Fawn to help with the pit. May as well stoke up the gliss as much as possible. I'll end up worrying about getting those uniques and whatnot next stream. Okay. Spiritborn is fine. So you're barely helping? Nah, you're helping quite a lot right now. Your damage is not where I want it to be. Spiritborn and all, it's okay. Yeah, you are like fresh brand new. Yes, this is a, we like to call them Swarmborn. This is a fresh one, so we don't have all the uniques and everything going on. I did play it last season. Easier to access there. It was still both strong. Very strong. Fresh off for playing pin shot poison rogue though, so you're already pretty spoiled on the poison front in either direction. The Spiritborn! This is Torment 12. You can see it over there, both on the right, where it says Torment 12, and this is a tier 110 pit, so it is Torment 12 plus. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead and take these things and flip stone here. Menageries. 100. 115? Let's see. I'm pretty sure right now I don't have the damage for it, but the druid should have it. We've been doing 120s with those druids plus, I'm pretty sure. Bond has the damage. He just needs to not go splat. I have about 10,000 hours in this game. Over 9,000 hours of those are live. Okay, let's go. I play this game full time. Full time. This is actually my least hour stream in any season. Because I'm just kind of like chilling. Like after you're heading around that 10,000 mark, you know it is what it is. So I'm waiting for BlizzCon. Hopefully give us some really good news. I know my Warlock main is gonna pop next season, so hopefully next season is a really good one after me kind of chilling. But yeah, this player, I'm about a 10,000 hour player. This game. So yeah, a little bit. We'll play a little bit. Okay, here. This one. Oh, you're trying to craft charms. So are you trying to convert charms, or are you trying to craft like the unique charms? So right now Warlock is what I affectionately call a balanced class. So it's one of the weaker classes. It's nothing like particularly broken, you're really strong only when you put the time in. But you can definitely put the time in, and all the classes right now are pretty fine. So in this game generally, truly, it's more about build than anything else. So what build are you playing? Do you want to really pop off and have it be the easy mode, or you build whatever you want to build and you can put the work in? That's how it differs between easy and hard here. So when you hire your charms and jewels to put on the game for some reason, well, you make one. Do you have all DLCs? The talisman system is the newest DLC, Lord of Hatred. And you need access to the cube to have like full access to crafting those charms. Cannot make them from inventory. It comes near the end of the Lord of Hatred DLC that you get access to the game. Okay, so you have all these DLCs. So you've done campaign. It's unlocked. The Ferraga Cube. And if you have, the Ferraga Cube is, of course, in Timmins. Next to the blacksmith and all the other type things like that. You have to go through that campaign once, and then it'll be unlocked for all characters. And you skip campaign for them later. But it has to be done that one time. Okay, down here. Going for the self-healing by using fortified skills on your lesser DVs. That makes sense. Okay, so you are homebrewing right now. How you take it. The damage in this game generally it's going to come from a lot of multiplicative damage that is going to scale on top of each other. And anything that isn't directly designed for that is often taking away from it. So if you are not quite versed yet in the aspects and the affixes and everything that goes in like paragons, that's gonna give you that damage. That's gonna be a lot of your struggles. You can choose to follow a meta build and like reverse engineer it if you'd like, but otherwise, I recommend to look at the affixes and learn how damage stacks, and then check out the codex. Things across the game, and it will clear up how to build, so you'll have the damage so you can go all the way. Let's go on over here. You don't look at any of those, so yeah, you're hungry. You're currently which is a perfectly fine way to do it. There's a lot of have and have-nots for builds in this game, so do you feel like you ever hit that wall and actually do want to look up a meta build? There are a lot of good tier lists on both Mobalytics, Max Roll, wherever you want to go, that will show you the ones that are the haves, I like to say, of builds. And you'll see the aspects on those and the uniques available to those, and the difference between like homebrew and not knowing what's out there, and then like having full access to everything. Because there are huge differences in this game. You can do a lot without knowing those, but often that last step to go beyond whatever you're doing is going to require knowing what's out there without just playing it blind. Very difficult to know what's where without at least a little bit of guidance. Alright, so he wants me to do a pit without him, and I don't think I want to do higher than the 100 right now with this, and we'll see where we stand. Now, I'm missing some uniques in my build. You should rely on self-healing and should start working towards a meta build. You should probably, for your first character, start working towards a meta build. It would be a lot less frustrating for you. It's my personal recommendation, but if you really are into discovering things yourself, that's fine. You can play it whatever way you want. But I am always very upfront. Like, the difference between meta and not meta in this game is it could not be more than night and day. Cannot be more night and day. The way the torment system is, it tends to put you in, if you want to reasonably approach getting all the way through, there's only a handful of builds that really do it. Unless you're spending a ridiculous amount of time and know exactly what you're looking for and are okay with that much more investment than a build that basically will get there. Like, this can do Torment 12, more or less. It doesn't have all its uniques, and it's a very new character. A different Spiritborn build would do it. How you doing? Alright, we don't want to get caught in too much poison. Over here a little bit. Let's grab Blast Wave. As far as like playing non-meta goes, there's not probably that many people who have done it more than I have. But I'm also a realist. So it depends on where you want to put your time. Skills of Dread Claws, Command Fallen, Rampage, Torch of Red, Sigil, Summons, Wall of Agony. So, what damage are you scaling? Like, are you Hellfire, or are you rocking like Abyssal? Are you doing Demonology? Warlock, you're basically gonna choose one of those three things. Okay, so you're Demonology. So you'll be stacking damage that's also physical. The Demonology across like all your gear. Yeah, that's the big one. The summoning one. Are definitely really strong summoning warlock builds out there this season, so fine to choose. That one you can generally choose like through pure summoner, or you go with one that's called lunatic, because a lot of people call it, it's really command fallen. And you basically choose one thing to scale all the way in this game. You already have command fallen, and a lot of the things that do go into the kind of lunatic style build, which is one of the top ones from warlock. if you were to look for a build, that would take you all the way. Let's stay out of this. Moving out here. Flyer. This on the left side. Here. Okay, we're not like super fast right now this week because we definitely have more here to be working on. With the resolve kind of sorted, we're definitely much safer. Definitely much safer. More energy. East. You. That works. Mobility bug for a second. Or maybe still add a little bit. There you go. Welcome back. These pairs must go. I'm not cool on this that I don't like, but I just because I haven't done that. Harmony. Do you have an extra heart? It's so easy to get it myself. It's like I don't really need to play with the cube at some point. I haven't been doing a lot of like oval farming today. Burned everything up. She's still working. But she's not here. Probably. Maybe. Let's see. Yep. That's what I figured. What you up to? That's like you reverting back to Dead by Daylight week. Before you were among your own people that could do better. This was like the era when Fawn would go from chat to chat and talk about Gamer Fuel, G Fuel. Back when I guess that existed, because I don't think it exists anymore, not that I would know. Dangerous close to ooh. Oh, we can't be doing that. Oh no, don't encourage this. Not from Fawn. You encourage him to behave like this and you know who must deal with it the most. That's me. We can't have this. We can't have this. Back up a little bit. And these kids. Those are circles. Nice. And we go down. Oh no. You took the ooh bat out and everything. That's one that almost no one ever uses. Granted, now I don't know how many people have access. Sorry for you. You're playing on normal mode. You're essentially try one of the harder difficulties. Okay. At your level, you could technically, if you really want to, that's what's feeling cozy and you're killing fast, stay on normal. But I would go as high as you can go and basically be in the window like 1 or 2 shotting things. Because speed is key for most of this game. So you don't really want to go up there and like really challenge yourself to things taking too long to kill because you're not going to get high value from that. Wherever you're killing fast, it is where you want to be. So if the difference of time is not that much different up higher, you should be up higher. About 2 kilo. Some of them are high. Yeah, so the uwu is a bit here. Isn't there about me that has all the emojis? I have to look. It's like even I don't remember off the top of my head some of those emotes or something. Those were useful. You wanted to do battle damage, or would that be true? Every build, every class at this point does have builds, or a build that is strong enough to go all the way to tournament 12 and be effective. So it's gonna just kind of depend on what style you really like. Alright, and now sorcerers, they do have some fire things going on. perfectly decent, perfectly strong. And a druid, if you like the melee, like kind of like battle caster type, their lightning storm and shred right now are popping off. So you might actually like the druid more. Kind of just depends. Since you're new, I would actually play every class a little bit. So if you're up to it, looking at their meta builds and kind of like skipping a line and seeing how they feel and how they play. Especially when this season only has a few weeks left. I feel like that's a good use of time to learn the game and find what's strong. And then next season rolls around. I think mostly a lot of the meta stuff kind of like similar. It'll be different, but not too much. I think shifted and taken away unless they announce something in BlizzCon that changes it. So it's again, that's kind of what's going on right now. Java's word are my showcase plugin. I mean, it might be. It was working the other day. Maybe it's having issues again. Not outside the realm of possibility. Dirt claw. That doesn't seem too bad. Resolve is really popping off for you. You're doing a job. So they nerfed and adjusted that so it wasn't giving as much anymore, but it seemed like for I think this and the rogue too. They were good, I'd say still useful, not necessarily world saving. So can't leave home without it for some of these classes that are just very, very efficient. Hello, Amelia. How you doing? Cliffstone with revenge. The Alpha and the Omega. Tribute. We track down that emoji. Which one is Spawn using? Emotes. So the Uwu is down in bits tier. It's the 1K bits tier. And 28 viewers have it. The Bat Sip is 5K. The Bat Love is 10K. The Gojo Cat Sip is 25K. The Head Pat is 50K. And the Hype is 75K. There is one person that has a 100K bit tier that I don't have anything for. I know who that is. I should probably do that. There's a 200K one after that. The more you know. Okay. You back fine. Send that invite to him. The AI still says the same thing it did before, so how often does this updates? Thank you for the gigantifies. It's the eyelid eye pulling. You got a new game? You got so addicted? What's the new game, Amelia? You can't just say that and not tell us what the game is. Maybe somebody else also wants to be super addicted to it. Maybe somebody already is. That's on 256. Fawn actually got a Paragon level. It's been ages. Fawn's been going hard on Baldur's Gate 3 again. Here we go. 36 levels left. Easy? What do you mean? Mortal Shell 2. I don't know anything about that one. What kind of game is that? A million. I want to say I heard the name, but as far as I've gone. Okay, I see. I really like those. I'm not super into them. I've always recommended them to me because I don't mind playing mechanics in this game, for instance, but I don't know, that's where I would have really put my time. That's not fun though. Countdown, the countdown is Saturday BG3 every week. I'm glad you were having that much fun with it. I had a lot of fun with Baldur's Gate. 3 as well. Also, it's always a little sad when I get to the new D4 season because I know for a while we're gonna play her. Because you guys can technically still play even if I'm slaving away over here, I guess. That could happen. You can do sorcery here without lighting your fire out. I think right now fire has the more top builds. Wedding's out, you can check the leaderboards up in the UI and see who has the top push build. Technically, you don't have to play that way. A lot of the time they can be pretty sweaty, pretty restrictive. But it does give a pretty good idea of what's doing damage. So it's not a bad place to start looking to have ideas of what's working and what's not. We could learn how to play D&D online. And we can make Dad Sovereign DM on stream. Can you imagine? We probably do it. There are lots of systems that one could play D&D on. The swords are hard to master. I don't think anything in particular is truly hard to master. It's more about the build and like mastering how to grind to establish and build a character. So any single one of those classes you like, more or less the process is pretty similar. The one I feel like sometimes could be exceptional, maybe two. Rogue and Druid, it tends to be a bit more rotational based. I think Druid a little less so than it used to be, but a lot of the time to get the most damage out of anything, Rogue can sometimes be a little bit more situational conditional. But for the most part, the game is not too strict on those things, especially just like leveling up to like 70 and getting just general paragons. But when you get up to like top like pit pushes, then everything gets to be a little bit more, you gotta know how to layer your damage and what order and operations and things like that. But most of the game it's not too bad. I'm treating like Elder Scrolls Online or like MMORPGs and like RPGs in general, it's about knowing how to build. Fawn enjoys turn-based. Well, D&D is turn-based. I mean, probably talk to Sovereign about maybe trying to learn how to online D&D. Could be done. It could be done. Right here. Operator. Here's your first because you have it spoiled. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is pretty high end. Now you would probably play the classic 1 and 2, and still enjoy them, even if the graphics aren't as nice. So the systems are more, more or less similar enough, and you can enforce it into true turn-based. I'm pretty sure, but they are making remakes on those, so you can just wait, which is fine. Yeah. You're way too late to get into that. StarCraft, yeah. StarCraft at this point, everyone who plays it, they know it basically down to the second how it's played. But there are other real-time strategy games that one could play. It's just really unfortunate. I feel like the scene for most real-time strategy, it's in mobile gaming, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same. So the genre's been kind of ruined. So it would be absolutely wild if they announced like a true StarCraft game in the future of this time, but I highly doubt it, just because the genre is just a weird place. Yes, StarCraft is incredibly sweaty. Incredibly sweaty. You can play the campaign by yourself, that's fine, and then the other old RTS games are still classics, and I'm sure you can enjoy them. But yeah, if you're looking to be like competitive, it's one of those things where they call a game solved, it doesn't get more solved than a game that old. With that alert! You too. We shall chance. Let's get out of this. Yes, right. And then whatever changes happen, there is a tried and true general answer. And you player, you don't know it, and almost everybody's gonna surround you, so playing that game, they know. They know. Whether you like it or not. Very nice. I feel like the genres, they're just different in a way. Yeah, sure, but you gotta be really good at RTSs and know the answers in any particular RTS game you play a lot, and then play some other kind of game and maybe not have the same talent. You can apply. The critical thinking is critical thinking. You can take that anywhere. Reflexes and game knowledge and mechanics. And then you get like first-person shooters and a lot more. I would say like StarCraft has a lot of reflex involved too. At certain points, you will notice losing stuff. Even like instant heals in like MMORPGs, with like bread and butter type stuff. I would probably notice that I'm not as I used to be. No one likes to admit that, but you know, it's probably the case. You know, I'm not as practiced as I used to be in any of this. But I never really liked playing the instant heal tire class anyway. I usually like to be on the preparedness, protection end. I'm already anticipating quite a lot and not catching. The real skill floor, it's one of the, like, you would have to master the basics before you would be able to win an easy game. Yeah, right. Exactly. Or more like chess. But strategy. It's a strategy game. Same vibe. Same vibe. Know how to answer and reply. Vision 109. Got a grotesque depter hanging out with me. Wallow. Tater tot. Do I do for this right now? I do. It takes me ages. Apparently, it's just like, nah, I'm good. What helmet is that? Godslayer crown. It's a me. Well, it's a her. Tater tot. Probably should be picking up more of those charms and rolling them. That's one thing I don't have for my damage right now. I have not done. The gorilla ranks. Since we are using that for primary hall, it's the easiest one, of course, to put into my charms. 115. Let me see here. Life region. Probably should be investing in different rings. I'm not crazy about that one though. Nope. Alright, we go again. Bond already ahead of me. Let's see. Right. Rotates. Nice little circle. Let's keep running. This is 115 though, so much. A little suspect. Some of those aspect and things to get upgraded. Pond definitely has water takes. Very gradual to me right now, so it's kind of like a push category, and then Pond is like delete it. Right. Finish harvester. Suppressor. Copper drainer goes down. What you got going on now? Up here and to the right we go. Dun, dun, dun. Tom Ridley. Floor 2. Crusher there. Mortars and wallers happening. There's Spawn. I'm exactly sure where he is, but I don't want to stand in fire. I can help it. There's Spawn. He's coming. Me having worked this hard, and then his lightning is on, and everything's pretty much dead. This is fine. Weird corner. He is squishier than me now, though. I'm not rocking all that resolve stack. Good place to pick out Devour, but okay. Yeah. SP kind of. Yeah, with the resolve now, I am pretty fancy. I got barrier generating off of what I'm doing. I'm pretty good kind of. That custom stuff is kind of a catch-all vibe for me right now, in fact. Hit this. Damage reduction. Yeah. I got glimpse. I got that glimpse. Very cozy, even after they nerfed it a bit. It seems to be pretty faithful for a few of these classes. Still, the dexterity classes have a good deal with it still, compared to without it. Night and day. Halos. Like, that was a definite death before I put this in right, but no, I fixed that. One node, just one node is all different takes. Very different now. That caught me eventually. Like I dazed and body blocked. Whoops. So we're not. Oh, they're still dead. So I'm not completely invincible, but it is better. I think I actually maybe got poisoned too. Didn't get it. Yeah, the poison does so wild. How much health do I have right now? I have 50k life, but yeah, it's not enough. Standard what I was standing at. Not on 150. About that lightning. Just this, I think so. That is still... That's a lot. Maybe skip the poison. Looks like I got fought again too, yeah. So that just has their number now, so we don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I'm trying to sustain and I don't have enough damage to currently deal with it. Be over here. With different things. Like that. Over to the right. Moving through here. I don't want that right now, do I? Really? Okay. About that AoE. The earthquake is nasty. Pawns coming. Snow maybe? Maybe? Okay. Rupture. On Spiritborn, it's like so difficult for me to stay in a circle with all the different ability things I want to hit. I can't resist. Boss. Wait, a little shaky. We definitely did that way better than we were earlier. Careful. Those two going back to Valorant, I just don't know. I just don't know. Like I said in the PvP troll swags, both of them will come out, and next thing I know, they won't be friends anymore. Valorant PvP ruining friendships. I wanted to get into like Marvel Rivals, but I don't have enough time to do everything I want to do. Because what would happen is a game like that, I would get super into it. I wouldn't play anything else. That I don't really want to happen. That's my biggest problem. You give me like a touch of the PvP of like any variants, and I just never want to leave. Yeah, here it's like even like the arena battler kind of things where they have leaderboards where it's not like true PvP in those RPG games. You give me that, and that's all I want to grind. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like the leaderboards aren't this for like the time tower. It does nothing for me, but anything more like PvP head-to-head competitive, I just go crazy for it. Yeah, so your reason to install rivals. Oh no, so panda. All right, I'm hungry, and this late in the season, you know what? It's okay if we don't do big hours. It's cool. I'll be back tomorrow sometime. Can't guarantee when, because like I said, end of the season, I'm all over the place, but I'll be back, and we're gonna work on getting this one. It's mythics and getting it that little extra nudge so we're gonna properly speed farm on this. But you know, it's a pretty decent start. With how it is a little bit more difficult to make this build kind of functional. I believe it's more or less, you know, in the window of it. Pretty happy with it. So thank you all for hanging out, or go hang out with somebody else doing the D4 thing. I'm gonna imagine somebody else is out there doing it on the Twitch side, and I will see you when I see you. Have a good one. Bye bye.